What's good, everybody? It's your boy Steve.
It's your boy Sheldon.
We back with another one. Episode 7, 6, 7? Seven, man. Number 7, lucky 7. Slow It Down podcast. What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. We here, man.
How was your week, man?
Yeah, my week is cool, man. My week is cool, bro. A lot of stuff, chill with the lady, chill with the family. Getting stuff done here and there.
Sounds good,
basic stuff.
Sounds good. So what we got going on today, bro?
Nice. So we got my boy Roje, my neighbor, homeboy for years now.
Yes,
coming on, joining us in the podcast.
Yes, sir.
What it do?
You wanna introduce yourself? Like, tell people a little bit about yourself.
My name's Roje, you know what I mean? Just out here living life, you know what I mean? Trying to get it like everyone, trying to stay safe. Pandemic outside, you know what I'm saying?
Masked up.
Facts. How y'all fellas doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's Monday. We're recording on a different day. Had some things going on last week. We couldn't get an episode out to you guys, but
You want to talk about that?
Later. We can talk about it later. But yeah, man, week starting off all right. Monday, happy Monday to everybody.
It's a great Monday.
It's a great Monday.
Hustlers always love Mondays.
Why?
Because that's how you go and get it. You know what I'm saying? Set the tone for the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
How you start the week is how you going to end the week most of the time. So,
Monday to Monday.
You're a hustler, you go out and get it on the first day.
Of course.
Facts.
How about you, man? How's your day going?
It's going cool, man. Cold today, but
It's chilly, man.
but it's a good feel. I feel like the spring coming around.
Nah,
Yes.
It's bipolar.
I'm saying this is the most New York weather that you could possibly have. We had days last week where it was like in the high 60s.
Yeah.
And now it's gonna snow tomorrow. Type. Like,
And why for you?
I'm tired of this shit, man. But yeah, man. Today we got a slew of topics. We're gonna talk about the NBA, talk about the NFL. So it's gonna be a little bit more of a sports day for us. We're gonna talk about the Grammys. Get into some music. Shouts to Nas finally capturing that elusive Grammy.
First one, huh?
First one in 25 years, man.
Wow.
He was nominated before?
Yeah, he had 13 nominations. Yeah, but no wins.
Didn't give him that for Stillmatic, so.
And Beyonce won her, 28th?
Yeah, 28. She won 2, I think, last night.
Sheesh. So yeah, we'll get into that. Also get into some more serious topics. Big Sean came out a couple days ago talking about suicide. So we'll definitely get into that as far as the music industry goes, and maybe talk about our own experiences if we have any. That's about it, man. It sounds like a good show.
Let's get it.
Let's hop into it, man. So let's start off with the NFL. Free agency just opened up today, first day of the year, and a lot's been going on. First of all, happy retirement to my man Drew Brees. I'm a big Saints fan, so
Number 9.
yeah, it's gonna be different without him, man. But I'm excited to see what we got going on in the future. Got a good team, solid team, good coaching staff still. So I'm still hoping for title aspirations. What about y'all? What y'all think about the NFL going forward? Got any teams you're looking forward to, or any dark horses?
NFL is just crazy to me. It's just like a lot of stuff you going on in the NFL. Like, too much changes sometimes. But Drew Brees, he got traded for Eli, right?
Nah, he got traded. Phillip Rivers got traded for Eli.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers, my bad.
Drew, I think Drew, that's been his team, right? Like, he's only been on one team his entire
life.
So,
he was on the Chargers.
Yeah, so the Chargers traded for Phillip Rivers.
Right.
They traded Eli for Phillip.
There we
Phillip
go.
replaced Drew Brees.
There we go.
And then Drew been on the Saints for the last 15 years.
There we go.
Yeah. So he been there for a hot minute.
I always thought that was the only team he was on. You know what I mean? I've only ever seen him as a Saint. You know what
everybody forgets that he was on the Chargers.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Because he only been there with, I think it was 3 years, and his 4th year he left. Or he got hurt.
He hurt his shoulder.
And they
didn't want to re-sign him.
Yep.
And he got a ring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got
2006.
He made it to the promised land once. You know. So
he got like every record. Tom Brady gonna break all that shit though, man.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yo,
bro,
one thing I do
stop.
One thing I've always remembered about Breeze is he had a crazy arm on him. Like,
yeah, mad accurate.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that was his biggest weapon was his accuracy and his brain, big brain shit.
But for him, like, he was like won't say a short quarterback.
Yeah, he was
say,
short.
Yeah, he is short. He is short.
He's 5'11".
Yeah, barely 6 feet.
You know, so
But
that
what's
was
that?
something.
What's the average height for a
I
quarterback?
think quarterback a good
Like
height is like
6'3",
6'4",
6'4".
6'4".
Really?
Yeah, around
I
that.
thought that was more like a wide receiver type of thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, some wide receivers like 6'5" is kind of tall for wide receiver. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, but if
Like-
you're like a 6'5" quarterback, 6'6", like
Yeah.
you're quote unquote the perfect height.
All right, 6'8" is too tall.
Yeah, because your knees, man.
Yeah,
You
they
niggas
start
chop your
chopping,
knees
yeah.
now.
So like Megatron was so good because he
Yeah, he was the perfect height.
Yeah.
But he was 6'8", I think, right?
6'5".
6'5",
okay.
but
Yeah,
he was
Megatron
fast as
6'1".
fuck, bro.
Yeah.
This thing was a
He had
fucking
crazy
cheetah.
hops.
Yeah,
Hops, he had everything,
Megatron.
man.
Megatron
Everything.
was that guy.
Yeah, best receiver ever.
Megatron?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nah, I bangs with T.O.
Randy.
T.O.
Randy
Ooh,
Moore.
Randy.
T.O. more than
Randy.
I'm a T.O.
No
guy.
love for Jerry Rice.
I've never seen Jerry Rice play.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say Jerry Rice.
That go
Alright.
back to like the whole MJ.
Okay, I was gonna ask you that right there.
MJ the GOAT though, in my opinion.
But who you think better than him? Because you said you never seen him play, right?
No, I think MJ is it. He's
Okay.
he's the mark. He's the staple. He's what everyone strives to
Right.
be at. You know what I'm saying?
What you think about LeBron though? You think LeBron would ever reach that pinnacle of where Jordan is?
So the reason I think MJ's the best is because he never lost. 6-0
my
in the
God,
finals.
we're gonna go with this shit, bro.
Come on, bro. So MJ, in terms of like individual accolades, he's done great. I love LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan, but
Mhm.
he took them L's, man. He took them L's in the finals, man.
So perfection over everything else.
Rings over everything, because that's the point. That's what you're playing for.
All right. So what if LeBron gets 6 rings, or what if he gets 7 rings? But how many losses does he have now?
He
8.
got a lot.
Nah, he been
Seven?
He got swept in what was that 04 by the Spurs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he been the 10 times.
I don't think
Nah,
it was-
no,
was it
2007.
07?
Yeah, he
Oh,
got
07,
swept.
I'm sorry.
07 he got swept.
And then he got swept by Golden State.
Golden State. I'm saying
Yeah.
he's never going.
But he did have the 3-1 comeback for Cleveland.
Yeah.
16.
So-
Yeah.
I'm not. Hey, listen, I love LeBron, so I'm not saying I don't got nothing bad to say about the dude. But for me, it's that 6-0 in the finals
Mhm.
that does it for me.
But it goes back to my question: like, if he gets 7 rings with however many losses he got, would it be better?
Not in my opinion.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, it depends how you look at it too, because like people say, yeah, you got to the finals and like you went undefeated,
Yeah,
but LeBron's never lost in the first round of a playoffs. You know, Jordan has. You know what I mean? So it's like different nuances, and I know like the average
But
person
when
not
did
gonna
he
look at it like
lose
that.
though? If we're gonna speak about it, once he got over the hump, once
Detroit?
he got over that Detroit hump, because you got to remember, Detroit played with such physicality. That like he had to get in the weight room. Once he did that, he never lost until he retired, and then he came back the first year. Then the Magic eliminated him, but you know what I mean. He was out of the game for a year.
Oh, you
So
talking
that's
about
to
90?
be
Oh, you talking about
expected.
94?
Yeah, but I'm saying
Yeah.
those are the only 2 times he lost in the first round. And you brought that up.
Since beating Detroit? No.
Right.
No. Talking about before even like the
Yeah,
Pistons.
before
or,
that,
like,
but yeah, I mean, you gotta.
he lost in
gotta
the first round. Like
he
you
didn't
know.
lose. He just learned. You know what I'm saying?
So you
he
gonna
didn't
say
lose. He
LeBron?
just
That's
learned.
real.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
real. Oh my God,
he
bro.
learned what he had to do, and then once he got over Detroit, it was up from
He's
there.
like this.
that was smooth. That was smooth.
Oh man.
I mean, we was on the NFL though.
I mean, we could stay with the NBA.
No, but he has a great story though. Jordan, this has a great story. I feel like
Some people say that's revisionist history though. Like some people say, oh, you know, the legend of Mike has been pumped up throughout the years, but when you was living through it, it wasn't like that. And I was like, I don't really have no retort to that because I wasn't living
Right.
through it. So I was like,
which is natural, like because like as you like become this figure, you start to like you know your like losses, your black eyes start to look a little better. They they like paint you now like
yeah.
like they ain't gonna talk about certain things or they gonna like lost things is more than what it is. So I mean it's gonna be interesting. I think the question is like I mean who knows when LeBron's gonna retire. Like the guy he's 36 right now. Like he's playing.
He's playing like he's
He could go to
25.
this 40.
Yeah,
He
for
could
sure.
it looks like you go.
When
even
you look
further.
at what sports is Tom Brady's playing right now, he's going to be
43,
42.
right?
40, I don't know what the fuck. 42, 43, and he's still playing at a high level, right? Drew Brees just retired. He was playing 41, 42, just playing at a high level.
But
I could see athletes playing into their 40s now.
so let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
The quarterback position, is that as physical as
No.
basketball?
No.
Because all they do is really stand there and, you know what I'm
Honestly,
saying?
that's a good question.
You know what I'm
As,
saying?
as
Unless
physical as basketball,
right.
maybe.
And you gotta play
You think
offense
so?
and defense.
Yeah,
I mean, and then-
I'm more on Sheldon's side because
Questions like who plays defense? LeBron don't play defense during the
Course he
regular
does.
season.
yeah,
But he still has to like
But
run
he
up and
used to.
down. Like,
Right.
right.
I don't know.
He's like the quarterback just typically they just stand there and throw. You know what I'm saying? You got the few quarterbacks that use their feet.
And this year, Brady was well protected. Right. Like they had the tight ends, like blocking for him too. Like he was well protected. But it's still physical. It's still tough. Like you getting hit.
Right. You're not getting hit in basketball to the extent that you're getting hit in football.
Yeah, you're not getting
like one
tackled,
sack in football is kind of like a couple weeks in basketball.
But still, like being athletic enough to even like run up and down the court.
No, I get what you're saying.
I mean, you think Brady's able to like run up and down like like?
I mean, I think he's really in top shape.
He's in shape,
Brady, because he does everything else with health and exercise and all that.
Yeah, he's next level when it comes to that. Yeah, him and LeBron is like next level,
like head and head. Yeah. But yeah, going back to the MJ point, man, I think I'm not even a LeBron fan, but I think LeBron has surpassed MJ in terms of not like individual accolades, but in terms of what he's done for the game, what he's done for society as a whole. Like, I think LeBron is a bigger athlete, bigger person than MJ is.
Well, if you're strictly speaking of how he is as a human being, then yeah, you could. That I agree with that. But when I think about it, I'm just thinking of the game. Like, what have they done in between those lines? You know what I'm saying? Like, Jordan has been known for trying to make the most money. So not necessarily stepping up when it comes to certain areas because he knows that might affect his bottom line. But in terms of on the court, it's like he changed the game. He changed the game for everybody because people wasn't making no money off of sneakers if it wasn't for Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Charles Barkley said, he's like, yo, Jordan made me a millionaire 10 times over because he was able to get his sneaker deal and follow that blueprint. You know what I'm saying? So when you're looking at blueprints and who paved the way, it's like Jordan got it. Like Bill Russell and they have Bill Russell was wearing Converse. You know what I'm saying? Will Chamberlain was wearing Converse. He was all wearing Converse.
Larry Bird.
You know what I'm saying? It was all Converse people. They just did what they was told to do. You know what I'm saying? And Jordan kicked down that door like, nah, I'm gonna partner up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get these Jordans, get these ones.
Get these ones.
Actually, he wanted to sign with Adidas. Actually,
yeah.
No, he wanted to sign with Adidas
at first.
Yeah.
But I think when he took the
agent told him nah, like cause Nike just offered like
right. Because I remember when I was watching The Last Dance, they went and they met with Nike and they loved it. So they
Adidas didn't want to give him like his own shoe, certain things like that they didn't want to do. But
that's fine. That's their loss.
I mean, crazy. So it's like so like you could like say separate Jordan the player, like this is basketball plays between the lines, and like him as outside. Like I kind of look at LeBron like as a whole, like he's just like he's risking his career, like doing certain things or saying certain things.
Yeah, speaking on like politics and everything like that.
Because you look at like Muhammad Ali, talking out like Jim Brown, my bad. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like like these guys who risk it all.
What was that Muslim guy that played for the Bulls that is like after that year it's like they kind of dropped him? Abdul Maruf or something like that.
Oh, he's on the Big Three now, right?
Yeah.
I know.
It's like he was a dead-eye shooter, but it's like he spoke on certain things and stood up for certain things, and it's like
he didn't.
They didn't want to hear that.
for the Pledge of Allegiance, he didn't want to do all the.
Yeah, and then it's like
wow.
It's like when they went to the White House after they won, because they do that. He like gave a little speech, and it was like it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and then they just clipped him after that, and they didn't admit like that's the reason why, but it's like. We know what's up.
But I feel like LeBron is pushing the modern athlete today. Like I feel like he's had a bigger effect on.
But why do you think that is? Like, why is he able to do that now when other people were like even if you look at Cap, like why is LeBron able to do that, and Cap gets penalized?
One, I feel like he's
bigger.
He's great.
Yeah,
like he's amazing at what he does. Like he has the talent for it. Right.
The obvious reason is that he was or still is the face of the NBA.
Yeah.
Right, where Cap wasn't. And in no way, shape, or form was. That's just the obvious reason.
Right.
Yeah, your greatness. If your talent could outweigh whatever they don't want, then your talent's always gonna win.
And then you could say that Cap he fell on a knife, right? He fell on a knife for everybody. He fell on the grenade for everybody. He took the sacrifice to push these conversations.
For sure.
I feel like with Cap too, like I mean, even if he could come back today, should he even come back?
He can't come back.
Now, should he even come back? Cause what if he plays trash? You're like, oh, that's the reason why we cut you.
Yeah, but it'll be like years after the fact. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that'll be like the ignorant comment. Like, yeah, that's why nobody wanted you.
But that's what they gonna say. Like, that's the reason why we cut you. That's the reason why we signed you because
But like it's been like 4 years.
We know
since
better
this
than
shit
that.
happened.
Like,
Yeah, no, I'm just saying like
No,
that's
but
how,
that's real. Like people will say that.
if
This
they
is why
said
they
that, we would look at people sideways. Like we see what type of person you are because everyone knows. First of all, when you don't do something for that long,
right.
Yeah,
It's different.
Yeah,
It's different
because he can practice all day. Like it's different being in the huddle, taking
Right.
hits and
doing it.
having that with the competition level of competition.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
But LeBron, like to me, he's leading the way in so much different ways. Like talking about contracts, like talking about like the way how you put your team on. Like bro, like it's rare. I don't think we've ever seen anybody put his whole team on like that.
well,
Like Maverick
He's
Carter,
also
like
in the position of power to do that though.
yeah, I'm saying his talent makes him
Right.
being able in a position to do that. Like him putting Rich Paul on as a agent, to Rich Paul not growing on his own. Like has his own athletes that he's signed into. Maverick Carter, that boy be closing all the deals, bro. Maverick Carter's all over the place, bro. He closes mad deals, and like they made a bunch
the
of
whole
money.
Rich Paul thing, right? Do you think like LeBron's getting PC off like is that under LeBron's entity or is that a separate thing?
It's probably separate.
It's separate, but
But doesn't he own his
They
own?
own-
He doesn't own his own agency, right?
yeah, sports agency.
Yeah.
LeBron
Well, I
owns his
don't
own
know.
sports agency.
No, Rich Paul does.
Okay, yeah,
So
Well, he might
LeBron
get
is
some
signed
PC.
to Rich Paul.
yeah.
Yeah, like Ben Simmons. He has big names.
He has a lot of people.
Yeah.
Big
A
names.
lot
Yeah.
of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just
AD
wondering,
and
is LeBron getting PC all that contract money?
It might be like
I wouldn't
under
be
the
surprised.
table
Under
type shit.
I'd be surprised. Like,
Slide me a little something,
That's
something.
funny.
but he's pushing his brand. I think one of the big differences between Jordan and LeBron. LeBron embraces everybody, bro.
Yeah.
That's something Jordan didn't really do. I feel like.
I feel like I
think
get
so.
the notion that Jordan didn't really have like a lot of friends growing up. It was just like him and his dad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like that's it.
LeBron is just like, yo, like I'ma come in, I'ma hug you, I'ma love you, I'ma try to celebrate you. On the court, I'm still trying to kill you, but I'ma try to build you up.
But some people feel like that's not good for the NBA.
I was gonna say that's like their personalities kind of match the eras of the NBA, right? Whereas now it's really buddy. LeBron is buddy with everybody, and back then there was really no free agency. There was no buddy shit. With
What happened
MJ's.
with Magic and Isaiah kissing, before game one of the finals? I mean, I seen lip to lip. They kissed the cheeks.
No, but what I mean
But
is,
it's like-
what I mean is like it's not so like everyone play AAU together now. Everyone go to the same
Right.
high schools. There's like 5 high schools where all the NBA players are
Yeah.
coming from. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more camaraderie now. Whereas probably in the 90s, it was like you cool with people in your city, but that's about it. Like you ain't cool with the whole league.
Right,
You know what I mean?
It goes back to like more accessibility.
Yeah, for sure.
More regional. Yeah.
For sure.
Anyways, we mentioned it being buddy now, and we just watched the All-Star game. One thing I noticed about the All-Star game is how much fun they was having, specifically Curry and LeBron. So it kind of like begs to ask the question: would you ever want to see LeBron and Curry on the same team, or if you could like make a duo or a tandem in the NBA, who would you want to see? Because that's what it is right now, and everybody's like, "No, I don't want to see that shit." That's what we living in right now.
Right now, the 2 power teams is the Nets and the Lakers. Like,
And they got
shaping
multiple
up for
pieces.
monsters. But would ever want to see Steph and LeBron? I mean, why not?
Yeah,
For the hell of it.
yeah.
Just for the hell of it.
I think it would be fun.
LeBron always, even though he's a point guard, he always had a great point guard with him,
Right.
or a great small guy with him. Like he didn't win without. He had Wade, at first. Then he had Kyrie, and
Well, now he got AD,
and then he had AD. So okay, good point.
Well, his
good
guy
point.
last year was Rondo.
Right, I was gonna say he had Rondo.
Rondo's
You know what I mean?
lethal.
So
Don't
he
sleep on
always
Rondo.
had.
playoff Rondo.
For the majority of the time, he always had a good little guy with him. You know what I'm saying? So, if you could grab a Curry, but I don't know if Curry's ever gonna leave the Warriors unless
He wasn't.
Oh,
I don't know
I
if his
think-
contract works
unless
out
he
though.
get fed up. You know
I would think
what I'm
maybe LeBron goes to the Warriors,
saying? He might.
and you just trade off Draymond Green because LeBron's a better version of Draymond Green, right? Obviously, like in every single way. But you
have to
pair.
give- I feel like you'd have to give up more than that.
No, I'm saying like if their contract runs out, and I'm sure like if that deal was to happen, they would make it happen. Like if you have an opportunity to sign LeBron, you would sign LeBron.
So that's something you would like to see.
I would like to see it. Yeah.
Like,
What else? Who else?
Who else?
I wouldn't. I like them personally where
against
they
each
at,
other?
like I wouldn't want to see them together.
Why not?
It just wouldn't make sense, like for me, like in terms of like the position, like I'm trying to look at it too, like how it even happen, like in terms of numbers, contracts. I don't think that will happen.
I mean, of course, whenever great players like that join the team, they always sacrifice. There's always some type of sacrifice, you know. So,
Curry's the ultimate sacrificer.
is he?
LeBron is not.
Yeah, he's gotten paid.
LeBron-
LeBron has gotten paid.
LeBron
throughout
is.
his career.
Has LeBron ever been the highest paying person on the team? I don't.
Yeah,
think
he has.
so.
Ever since ever since he came back to Cleveland,
He's been
in
all about money.
2015, he wanted to be the highest paid player because like all the seasons before that, he was never the highest paid
Yeah,
player.
so you don't think that's fair? You don't think it's fair for the best player to
No,
be
no,
the
no.
highest, most highest paid
Nah.
player?
Of course, yeah, the
He's
best player
that
should be
no.
the highest paid player.
Okay.
No, I mean, yeah, like yeah.
No, when I was
agree
talking about
with you.
sacrifice,
Yeah.
I mean, when I was talking about sacrifice, I was talking about in terms of play. I'm not paid play. Curry could sacrifice his play, like he did for Durant, crazy.
Because he doesn't. The thing, he doesn't need to be ball dominant.
Right.
That first season where LeBron was in Miami, someone said he sacrificed
For
and gave
Wade.
up for Wade,
Yeah.
and then Wade gave him the
Sacrificed.
reins.
Right,
like, nah,
yeah.
you're going to take us to the
Right.
promised land. So, you know, someone would say LeBron could sacrifice.
But like that, but like LeBron doesn't really, like you like usually play with LeBron, you're gonna sacrifice.
LeBron.
I mean, look at like Chris Bosh like became a spot up shooter. Same thing. Kevin Love became a spot up shooter. Like
You can say now
true.
it's different with AD.
with AD because I
'Cause
think
he's
LeBron
old.
realizes
LeBron's
that
older.
like AD is that missing piece. Like
Right.
without AD, they wouldn't win a title. I mean, without LeBron, they
and
wouldn't make the
AD's much
playoffs.
younger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
he's
sure.
like 26, 27.
So I think
That's
he's 20 I
crazy,
think he's
bro.
27.
He's 27.
Yeah.
Bro, I feel
Either
like AD
27
been
or
in the
28.
league
No, I think he's 28.
because he came in when he was 19, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he only did 1 year. He was at Kentucky 1 year.
Yeah, and he played on the Olympics with
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
2012, I
did.
think that was.
2012 he came in. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he was a rookie in 2012.
Because I feel like he been playing forever.
Yeah.
AD.
This kid was playing young, man.
I remember him
going
on the,
back to going straight out of high school. Anthony came out of high school. Anthony
Mhm.
Simons or Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh, Simmons. Oh,
He came
Oh,
out.
Anthony-
He came
yeah,
out
yeah.
of IMG Academy. He didn't go to college.
Should have stood.
he spent the
over
extra year or something like that.
I don't know how
Or was
it
he?
works,
Or was he
man.
19?
He's 19. He came in at
Okay.
19.
Right. He had to come at 19.
Yeah, yeah.
there. He should have stayed another year.
I mean, I think that's what he did. He stayed in high school another year or something like that.
Okay.
He should have
That's
stayed another year.
or just go to college. Why you don't like him?
Who Anthony? Who?
Anthony Simmons, the dude that won the dunk
Dunk
contest.
contest. You know?
He's all right.
Right.
I feel like it's hard for him to really show himself because he's behind two
Dame.
great
CJ.
players, you
Well,
know?
CJ's out.
Yeah, and he's starting to show a little bit of what he can do now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but looking forward, who y'all think got the chip?
Nuts.
Nets first year.
Yeah.
Their firepower is.
If KD comes back healthy, I think they got it locked up.
Supposedly Anthony Davis out another 3 weeks,
I think they should sit him out as long as they can.
which is interesting.
Sit AD out as long as you can, because like you don't want to play with that calf injury, and it turns out you freaking tear your Achilles.
Word, that's the same thing that happened to
KD?
KD.
Yeah, sit him out as long as you can.
Came back too early, yeah.
Yeah. Sit him out as long as you can, and just like I'll say wait till like 20 games left in the season. If you bring back then 15, 20 games left in the season, bring back then, and just like gear him up for the playoffs. But
If he's not 100%, you think they bring him back for the playoffs, or you set him up?
if he's not 100% at the playoffs,
I think they shouldn't.
They should.
But what they will do, you never know, because that pressure
also he wants to
starts
play too.
building on it. You know what I'm saying?
But
your
they
teammates
just
coming up
won.
to you asking you, "Yo, what's up? We need you. You ready to go?" And
Mm-hmm.
that type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing too, like they won the title in September, right?
Yeah.
Or was it October? Right, September, October.
They won it late. Was it
Late September, so that's mad stress in your body. Like for you to win, and then like he probably wasn't even keeping up with condition, whatever. He's probably just chilling, like take the off season training camp. There wasn't really no training camp at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like mad. That's mad pressure on your body to like perform at that high level. I'm really surprised there's not more injuries, especially those last few teams.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So to me, he should sit out like for a while. Make sure the body's 100% right, like 100% right. The Lakers are making it to the playoffs. Like as long as they're in the playoffs, AD's back healthy 100%. LeBron's back.
How far do you
healthy.
think they could make it without AD? Like you think
I don't
they could
think
make
they
it
go
to the conference finals at least?
No.
Nah,
I think
You
second
think-
round.
Alright.
I don't. What else does LeBron have around him? other than
I'm
AD?
asking. I don't know.
If KCP could hit shots, like he
They
needs
got
his shooters to hit shots. Like,
Kuzma's been playing well.
yeah, he needs.
They
LeBron
too like
needs
hot
him.
and cold. They too inconsistent.
He needs to be consistent, but
He needs somebody consistent.
he needs.
I think
him,
there'll be
yeah.
like a second or third round exit.
Right. Without AD.
Yeah, without AD.
Nah, they need AD. They need AD.
Yeah. I think they'll get by their first round, but the
What
second
you think
round.
about the Clippers, man? Like
I don't even know.
compared to the Lakers.
I think they're the closest team in the West to them, or maybe Utah is. I'm probably capping.
The West is stacked,
Sleeping on
man.
Yeah.
Utah, man. I don't know.
The West is stacked.
Utah. They're the first season. I think
Yeah,
people
first
still
seed right now,
They've
sleeping on
been
them.
the first seed for
Yeah.
a minute.
Yeah, you got Utah.
So you got the Nets. Who you got? Winning the chip.
I'm gonna go to Lakers, man. I'm gonna stick with them right now. LeBron's to me. LeBron's a set guy.
I got the Nets, man. The Nets is. I think they got too much, bro. Like they just got
Their
too
firepower
much.
is
They
different.
just got
Like,
Blake, and they
Yeah.
looking to add Andrew Drummond next.
wow, really? Andrew Drummond? Wow,
Yeah, that's who they're in.
Yeah, I think they'll get Drummond.
wow.
I think for sure.
That'll be very interesting.
That's
That'll be
The
very
Blake, which I
interesting.
think about the Blake signing, I thought it was kind of whatever.
yeah,
That's whatever. I think Blake is done.
Yeah.
It's like
I think at this point he'll have like a 5-minute rotational piece or something. Like I don't think he'll.
second unit.
Yeah,
type
like
of
maybe
thing.
third unit. Type
He's like a
shit.
nice name, but he's not not who he
Yeah.
is anymore.
Ever since he left the Clippers, man, he kind of just like fell off the map.
Couldn't come? Oh, did something about they
Injuries,
said
man.
like he hasn't dunked in like the past 2 seasons. or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. All jump
Fucking-
shots.
Injuries, bro. He's not what he used to be.
He a jump shooter now. A bad one too.
Yeah, exactly.
He
yeah.
been shooting all right this year though. He been all right. All right.
Westbrook, all right?
Yeah.
It's like a difference.
I heard John Wall got to have surgery again.
Really?
Yeah.
On his Achilles?
Knee scope.
Yikes!
Oh,
Damn.
that sucks, man.
He came back the beginning of the
year.
season like he was
Yeah.
fast. I
What
was
was
like,
it,
damn.
2 years? It's been 2 years.
It's been
right?
2
Yeah,
years,
because he had
yeah.
injured his heel. He had injured it.
And then he tore his
And
Achilles.
he tore his Achilles in his laundromat. In his
Yeah,
laundry room.
slipped
or
on
something.
some
Yeah.
shit. Slipped on.
Yeah,
I was like, damn.
No.
What was he doing? What he slipped on?
I don't know, man. But yeah, Nets Lakers. Trying to put some money down.
Shoot.
$100.
But the
think-
Nets, like they most loaded
team right now,
team, like top heavy. Like
For sure.
and they just warming up right now. Like they just now getting used to each other.
how many games they played together? Like them 3,
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
maybe
yeah.
10, right? 10, 11.
3 of them
maybe?
together.
Because you got to remember,
KD's still out.
when Harden came,
Right.
Irving wasn't playing. He was like,
Right.
on his mental health break.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with Kyrie.
Then
bro.
he came back. They played a few games together. Then KD went down again.
Hamstring. Yeah.
So it's like, who knows?
I don't know. You got any picks for dark horses? Any team y'all think can just slide
Oh,
in
okay. I was
there?
like, of course.
The Knicks.
The next.
Come on.
Wishful thinking, huh?
They fifth in the East.
Yeah, nah. I like they getting that momentum back up because you know what it is. Like, even if they don't really make it nowhere this year, like they need that to get a big signing.
Yeah.
Like they see culture,
They gotta make New York attractive again.
right?
But it's hard when you hear like what's happening to Patrick Ewing. Like
Yeah, dumb
Like,
stuff like that.
like,
Yeah.
that's like look how they treat their players, man. Like
They're
former
legends,
players.
yeah.
It's always like that, bro.
Charles Oakley,
Yeah,
not
Charles
Pat
Oakley.
Ewing. Like it's like
So-
James only needs to like
It's like, what's good with y'all, bro?
James only need to get his stuff right.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
just sell the team, dog.
They've been doing good when it comes to like the front office and the coaching staff. Though I feel like they've made some good choices.
They got Tibbs now, right?
Yeah, Tom
Yep.
Thibodeau. Yeah.
Derrick Rose back again, man. Shouts to Derrick Rose.
Tom Thibodeau is like the Derrick Rose whisperer.
Yeah,
He's like the only
everywhere.
person that could get any type of good
Mhm.
good
Production.
production out of him. Facts.
So you said Knicks.
L.A.
No, for your dark
No,
horse.
Oh, Dark Horse, my bad, my
I'm about to
bad.
say, damn, well, the Clippers.
yeah. You know what? Like, I really, I want to say Denver.
Denver, okay.
Like, they're kind of like an underrated team. Like, they have so much pieces
No
around
one
them.
ever spoken about Murray since this year. Like
Yeah,
he
not
went
really.
crazy in the bubble and then he kind of just like fizzled out.
Someone's dropping 50 a night in there, yo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Boston.
Mm.
I like Boston still.
I feel like Boston's like 2 pieces away.
Yeah. They always feel like they're a piece or 2 pieces
Exactly,
away.
yeah.
I feel like they went backwards.
Yeah.
Tristan Thompson's
Trash.
He's not.
not it.
Yeah, he's not who.
You feel me? So, I don't know.
He's another one of Rich Paul clients. who LeBron got paid.
J.R.
Yeah,
Smith
LeBron
too.
definitely got him paid.
Yeah, LeBron, he got that boy paid.
Man. But yeah, let's move on. Talk about the Grammys.
Let's talk about it, man.
Talk about some
Grammys.
music. So the Grammys just happened last night, Sunday night. Any thoughts? Like any major caught you by surprise
I
type
heard
topics?
you say congratulations to Nas, man.
Yeah,
Nasir
he deserved
Jones.
it?
Nasir, what you mean?
What was all right?
I
So
don't think he deserved it.
wait, so what award he won?
Best rap album.
Best rap album. All right, so yeah, what was the nominees for
It
the
was
best
the
rap album?
Allegory. It was the Freddie Gibbs album. It was Nas. I don't know.
I think he
who
passed
else.
it.
Did that right?
Oh no.
That's three.
Sorry. Nas, King's Disease, Black Habits by D Smoke, Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist, which is really good.
Alfredo was a
The
smart.
Written Testimony
Jay
by
Electron.
Jay Electronica.
Oh yeah, Jay Electronica.
Yo,
That's
real
your guy. That's your guy
quick.
over
Yo,
there.
shouts to Jay Electronica, man, for showing love on the Instagram page, yo. He really commented on that shit, man.
He ain't like Rochelle's was saying that. Oh, he
Yeah,
didn't
what's
say
up?
that, but we know what's up.
Yeah, he was real cool and real humble about it, but
Call this album a Jay-Z album, bro.
yeah, he did,
It
that's it.
did. It really-
Disrespectful.
it sounded like it,
Yeah,
but
but he made exhibits C and exhibit F, so you can't disrespect. You can't make disrespect anybody that made exhibit C.
nah.
bro.
One thing I definitely respect about Jay Electronica in his album, The Written Testimony. is
Nah,
that
don't
he
switch
had-
up now, dog. Don't switch up now.
I'm just saying, like he had Farrakhan on that heavy, and I mean that's big respect.
That's it. That's all you getting out of him. And the last album was the Allegory by Royce the 5'9".
I believe the Allegory should have won that.
You feel like Allegory should have won?
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure.
I'm good with it. To be honest, I didn't listen to the Allegory. I know
I think-
you was talking about it a lot, but I ain't really listened
I think
to
they
it.
only gave it to Nas because he was old.
He was like, this
You
is
know
it.
what I mean? He was
Like,
old. That like, how do you not give Stillmatic a Grammy? Like, who won that Grammy that year?
Shit, I don't even
You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
like,
did they even have a category for best rap album?
yeah,
that
of
year?
course.
And yeah,
No, that
you
year.
gotta think about
That's
it too.
about that
like,
year. Like,
I don't know.
The
bro.
Grammys have always been notoriously terrible at fucking incorporating black music,
Absolutely.
and it's just now getting better.
Kind of a little
right,
bit.
right.
Like, how does The Weeknd not get nominated? Well, we
Right.
know why. Like, we know what that was all about.
We could talk about that. in a
because then
minute.
too, like you like think about like Tyler the Creator, like when he won the award last year, it was
He
like
didn't like the category they put
yeah,
him
he's
in.
like, yo, I'm not urban. Like, why you
Right.
think? Because I'm black. Like, he's just like another way of you calling me a nigga. Like,
right, people ain't like
Yeah,
that
that's what he
shit.
said.
But what was his album like? I didn't listen to it, but what was it? Like, what did it sound
I
like?
feel like it was like alternative.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a different sound.
I've never really listened to Tyler the Creator, to be honest. So I don't know.
he's good. He's good.
It was
Swiss.
different. I'll say that.
But yeah, that's my take. I think the Allegory should have won Best Rap Album. And if anything, I think Alfredo should have been second. I like King Disease, but I feel like lyrically, like from what I listen to in albums, the Allegory was number one on that list. So I feel like Royce got robbed. But I also think I heard Royce say he was okay with it if Nas was to win because he understands that the politics behind it. Like, yo, you know what? They probably gonna give it to Nas because he's been owed it. But still, I think that's what should have won.
I think the Allegory was more of a complete album.
It's a great
Compared
body
to
of work.
King's Disease. It was complete. Like, you know, you had the skits, you had like little things in it. Like, he had messaging behind it as well. To me, it was a more complete album than Nas' album. But I really, I don't know, it sound a little biased, but like I really liked Nas' King's Disease. I really liked it.
What's your favorite song off the Allegory?
Shoot, I have to go back to the playlist, bro. I think about it.
Mine was Upside Down.
I like, actually, you know, the do-rag, silk do-rag.
Rhinestone do rag.
Yeah, Rhinestone, yeah, I like that. That was
I
like a
would
quick
Rhinestone
little...
do rag so you didn't have to.
You're right, exactly,
Yeah,
I was missing that. And that's what I said, too, like, I wish, like, Jay-Z had gave him what he did to Jay Electronica, like, give him them bars, like, you know what I'm saying?
What if he didn't want it?
Nah, he not turning
He gonna turn it on old, like...
No, but the way how it works is you would have to reach out and ask for that. Yo, we want to jump on this. I don't feel like he's in that space where he want that. Like, he could have got Eminem on every song if he wanted to. Because, you know, Eminem is his right hand man, but he's like, nah, I'm going to flex my
But
own
Eminem
shit.
don't mean, like, you know, to the culture what
What he used to?
Jay-Z means to the culture.
Apparently, he getting canceled.
Over what? Oh, no, they tried.
Yeah.
That's not
You can't
happening.
cancel that nigga.
Nah, he's not
Eminem is the great. Eminem is the GOAT in this rap stuff, man.
These little niggas don't know, man.
Yeah, it was like a young girl. She was like 12, bro. What you talking about?
She trying to cancel him.
Yeah, because like some of his Slim Shady persona said some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even think she understood that's like he doesn't necessarily believe that. But
He's trying to kill his mother and all kinds of
it was the Rihanna song where she was like, I tied to the bed and let her ass on fire. And she was like recording this like, oh my god, he's domestic violence man. And I'm like, fuck out of here.
But you could like it's like so like with this cancel culture or whatever, like I mean, like should there be like a statute of limitations of how far you could go back on somebody if something what they said say 20 years ago? Like should it be like a time period like yo you can only go back this far and try to use that against them?
Possibly.
Or is everything
I think you have to look at the person and see, first of all, have they changed? You know what I mean? Like, do they still believe what they were said?
right?
And you have to look at the context, because if we take the Eminem situation into context, that was just a story. It was just a story. He didn't necessarily believe that the song was a story of a couple that's at odds with each other. It's not him saying he does that or he wants to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like context matters. I feel like in that case too. You know.
Yeah, me personally, I just feel like the whole cancel culture shit is childish.
So you don't feel like we should cancel R. Kelly?
I mean, there's like certain things like if you like for.
I'm asking.
That's a good question.
That's a valid question, right?
But
You just
like the Eminem shit, like you gonna cancel him for this shit?
Yeah,
but
but-
obviously like the R. Kelly, like he's actually doing something. You know?
right, but that's what I'm saying. Like you have to check to see if the person has actually changed or if they're actually doing something worth canceling them for.
But yeah, you got me on that one.
Yeah, it's false to think about it.
Shit.
Yeah, I just think too like because like at the time like can you like blame the artists for saying like what the culture kind of want, and like you think about like back then and she talking about like the 90s, right? Like whatever, like think about rappers back then in the 90s, like Nas has said some crazy stuff, like
Did he?
Jay-Z has said some crazy, they have all said some crazy stuff,
Right.
Biggie, all of them, like during the time period, some crazy stuff, which now we probably you'll play back in here, like with Biggie, like yo, fuck him in the ass, throw him over the bridge.
Yeah, Biggie was wild.
Bro, like that's like wait,
Like,
what?
whoa.
That's what he said, like so, or certain things, like say talking out, I'm talking out against the, gay community, which is all over rap.
Yeah,
Like,
they using the F word.
right, exactly, yeah. Saying all kind of names, like that wouldn't play today. Because you'd be like, but my question is like, how far should you be able to go back and say and use it against that person?
I think I actually agree. Even though I made that point about R. Kelly, I actually agree with you. Like cancel culture is stupid, bro. Like what are we really doing? If you ain't commit no crimes against humanity, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah.
Because I'm seeing like you can't sound like a whole like say TV show series, which some of them they probably should never even came out to begin with. Like
A lot of them.
Well, you can talk about like The Office, right? I don't know if you ever watched The Office, but
Not really.
The Office has so many like stereotypical jokes on it, which it came out in 2007. Back then, it was a little bit different. Like the climate was different as like regarding those topics. But if you came out with some of those episodes now, like they was talking about like for example, there was 2 male actors on it. The boss male actor kissed one of the other guys because he was gay. So he was like, I'm alright with gay people. Let me give you a kiss on the lips. Like you couldn't put that shit out now.
Right.
It would be different.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not so like pressed over like stereotype jokes per se. You know what I mean? Because I understand it's just a joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But people too sensitive.
I think so. Because look, I've watched comedy specials where they like it will be like a white person make a joke about a black person, and I would be like, damn, I ain't like that. But it's like I understand it's just a joke. Like just because I don't like it don't mean that comedian should never be able to perform ever again in life.
Right.
Like it's just a joke. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not that sensitive. It's like, oh, okay.
Nah, because I seen a post today where they were like comparing our generation to the previous ones, and they were like, no, we're not too sensitive. We're just more hyper aware of what's going on and what was being allowed back
Woke.
then. Woke, right? So I don't know. Like, do you think we just more hyper aware, or do you think we just more
Possibly.
sensitive?
I think both.
Mm-hmm.
I think both.
No, I think so too. It's like, you know, you kind of like be, you know, something flew back then is not gonna fly now. Like, you know, as it in some regard it probably should, but I feel like when it comes to comedians, like their purpose, their job is to
Make people laugh.
make jokes, like, you know,
Say
and
uncomfortable shit.
yeah, make you feel that way, like, you know, like Richard Pryor. I love watching Richard Pryor stuff. Like he, you know, he goes in like, and it's really like kind of like you laughing at your, like society's like laughing at themselves, like, you know, showing the dark side of society.
Like holding up the mirror, kind of.
Right, exactly, and like people gonna laugh at their pain, you know, sometimes too. So it's like, I feel like you know, like comedians are needed. I remember like was it a few years ago, something like that. Kevin Hart apologized for something he did,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Something.
and I can't remember exactly what he said or did.
I
but,
think he
like,
had said something like he don't want his son to be gay or something like that, and he had to go on like an apology tour.
Right, yeah.
Like I think he was supposed to host the Oscars too, and he was like, "Nah, he can't host it because the comment you made." Da da da. Yeah, that's just a joke, bro. Get over it. So y'all both think King's Disease deserved the Grammy,
I mean, like I said, I didn't listen to the allegory, so I can't.
but you like King's Disease a lot.
I
though.
like King's Disease,
Yeah, true.
but I also like Alfredo.
Alfredo's pretty good too.
I heard it was good. I don't think some other albums that came out.
I'm trying to think, like, what you think?
Big
anything
Sean
got
album
snubbed?
came out.
Last year,
Yeah.
Yeah, the last of 2020. Like, what's the list you say album that potentially got snubbed from this list?
Rap
Again,
album?
I'll
like,
have to look.
yeah. So again, King Disease was nominated. I mean, it won. I don't say D Smoke album.
I don't think that should have even been nominated.
I never listened to it, so I don't really I don't really want to say it.
D Smoke.
Freddie Gibbs got nominated.
Or I would have put Benny the Butcher.
You know what? Yeah,
I've been saying Benny's.
yeah. I'll say yeah. That was a hard album.
That was a very burden of proof. That was really good.
Was Roddy Rich's album?
I think that was 2019.
2019.
Nah, I thought
No,
it
it's for
was-
this year.
Really?
So
Yeah, no,
that's
it
not
was
good.
this year.
It was
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah, for 2021.
It was a lot of. It was too many albums that came out.
I feel like Roddy gets snubbed a lot.
Is he a rapper? Like, what does he consider himself? What about Lil Baby My Turn? That was a hard album.
I never really listened to it.
Wow.
I didn't like, you know, Smiles like I listened to like once, and it doesn't really catch me like that. I don't really listen to it much afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that Baby
Well, he's a good
is
artist.
he's the biggest artist right now.
I think so. I think it's between him and Drake.
Yeah, as far as like right now.
Yeah, like
As far as like
today.
active, yeah.
Yeah, between him and Drake.
But I like
He had a
that.
hell of a 2020 for sure.
I heard it was nice because like I really like the like 1985. Like I like those songs on there I really mess with too. Like could they have nominated Yo Gotti?
He was 2020.
Yeah, Untrapped. That was to me that was good. I was looking at it.
But what do they base it off?
Who is?
I don't know.
Well, The Weeknd said they have a secret.
Yeah, no, there's a committee, but no one knows who's on the committee. That's the thing. You know what I mean? It's like in the NBA, right?
Like,
The
who's
best team
voting?
may not win the chip, but at least you know who and why they won it. Like, oh, okay, LeBron was injured.
Because
I
you
get
can
why.
see
They,
it.
yeah, exactly. But with the Grammys, it's like no one knows for sure who is selecting these 5 albums. You know what I mean? So it's like that. That's his thing. And also, I want to speak on that too. I don't know what y'all think about it. Is he was saying that they told him to pick between the Grammys and the Super Bowl.
Fuck y'all niggas, bro.
Who? Weekend?
Weeknd.
Yeah, they told him you won't get. They told him you won't get nominated for any Grammys if you perform at the Super Bowl.
Why?
And he
Why
didn't
can't they
get
both?
he didn't
Because
get-
you got to think. I think they were like normally the Grammys and the Super Bowls are as close to each other,
Right.
not right? So
both
no-
in February.
Right. So but because of the pandemic, they moved back to Grammy. So they didn't. So in their mind, those two shows were competing with each other. So they wanted him to pick them over the Super Bowl, and he wasn't trying to play that game. So that's what he's saying. Like, it's more politics than what actually is the best.
Right.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's more like, yeah.
That's crazy. How you gonna tell a man the truth? Like what?
So did politics win Nas' album?
That's what I think.
There's
That's what
so
I think.
much politics behind it. Because, bro, you think about it. Weeknd's album didn't get nominated for anything.
Crazy.
But they literally told him that, and I like the fact that he put that out there because it's like it's proving his point. No nominations at all, bro. He's like, yeah, that's what they told me.
Do y'all remember the show on MTV or it was probably BET or something? Where it was like a hip hop circle and they would break down like who's in the top 10 of hip hop right now.
Oh yes. You remember that? Yeah, that was like the best.
Like Sway and shit on.
Yeah, that's like the hottest rapper.
Right, hottest rapper out right now.
Yeah.
They should have that for every category of music. So you should have like the biggest names of music in that category.
It should be transparent.
Yes, it should be fucking filmed and put out.
Yeah, facts. I agree. But then you're gonna get people saying what made this person and that person qualified to even decide.
It's the same thing with like all the sports. Like who decides who's in the Hall of Fames for each sport?
I think it's the media, right?
Yeah, the writers.
Who the fuck is the media?
All of them.
The writers.
So my thing is like you never play the sport, bro. Like how
Some
you
of them,
tell
man.
Well, yeah, but like a small minority of them.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like how you judging me off shit you never.
So what's the answer then?
They should at least fucking record this shit and put it out.
You think they should only make other musicians be able to pick, or the fans, or like an all-star type of thing?
I don't know. The argument against that.
I think they should put votes, but then it would become a popularity contest, right?
Look, the argument against that too as well.
Is popularity. For the most part, it's popularity. Yeah. All of these awards shows popularity.
Think so?
Because you said it yourself. You think the allegory is better.
Yeah.
Because it had more substance.
If I was able to vote, I would have voted for the allegory, and I feel like a lot more people would have voted for the album too, personally.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think it should be a percentage. Fans.
That's 50-50?
Maybe not that high, but fans should definitely have a vote. Your peers should have a vote, and then I guess if you want to do like the media, they should have a vote.
I think it should just be the fans, and I guess the media could be a part of that because you're just a regular person, and then your peers. I think
so
that's
maybe
it.
like media could have a smaller percentage.
I don't think media should who's the media though? Like Charlemagne, like you know what I'm saying? Like who's the media? Like, why should his vote count more than mine? I listen to probably more music to him. Like I probably got a better understanding of music than him. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone has their own.
But that was the point I was gonna say too. Is like sometimes like you can say musicians, like but like sometimes the writers like the person like even take a basketball perspective. Like sometimes the writers know more about basketball than the actual players.
Hell no.
Have more higher basketball IQ than the players.
I disagree with that 1,000%.
No, yeah, some players in NBA right now that don't know basketball. Like all they do is all they know how to do is run up and down and and use athleticism. Like they don't like IQ level.
I disagree. I think just because you don't know, they don't know that they don't know.
No, like
you know what I'm saying? I think they be knowing, bro.
All right,
they know.
All right, perfect example. Let me say this right now.
Somebody knows.
DeAndre Ayton, he doesn't really know basketball. Like I could look at his game and look at him like he just runs up and down and he tries to set picks and like he just like he knows what he kind of got to do, but his IQ is not that great.
He's a second year player, right? Or third year?
I think third or fourth, maybe.
Well, my response to that would be he's just playing his role, but that doesn't mean he doesn't understand. That don't mean just because his job is to come up and set a pick for Chris Paul. That don't mean he don't know that Booker's about to drop down to the corner and he don't know the next dude is on this side. Like that don't mean he don't know that. Yeah, just because you just see him run and set a pick,
right.
You know what I mean? That's just what they require from at the time. But to say that they don't have a high IQ,
I disagree awareness with some stuff. But like, Russell Westbrook, athleticism is crazy. IQ, no.
But you know what?
Don't do that to Russ. He averaged a triple double.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because
but three times, right? Like 3 times in a row.
He probably did.
Crazy.
I think his IQ is high. I think he just thinks that every shot he takes is the best shot, and it's not.
My son be tweaking. I'm not going front. He be wild.
His IQ is not.
He be tweaking.
But if you average in double-digit assists,
yeah, but I don't think that's an IQ thing. That's a skill thing. Meaning, like he has to work on his jump shot. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of them shots is like, why would you shoot that shot?
Oh, when that's about IQ or Russ, I'm talking about like. There's say there's 23 say there's 37 seconds left in the game, and you have the ball, right? You're up by 2, and you take the shot, and you're a full 24 shot clock.
You think it's gonna go in?
No. And you take the shot with 28 seconds left. Like that means you just took 9 seconds off the clock and you shot the ball. Like you should.
But if the shot goes in, if you take a 3 and the shot go in, you up 5 instead of up 2.
Your player with higher IQ is gonna, wait and take the shot when it's 10 seconds or less on the shot clock.
But they also tell you to like go for 2 for 1 and all that. So I mean, there's different like teachings and shit.
I think he's got to work on that jump shot so that when he does take that 3,
It's going in.
you up 5 now instead of that up 2, and now the other team got the wall. You know what I mean? But I feel like that also goes to like the coach's philosophy. Like the coach practices those scenarios, so they already know. 37 seconds, you'll go 2 for 1. Don't even ask me. So it may look like damn he's taking a dumb shot, but it's like that might be the philosophy of the team. You know?
Okay.
So I disagree. I don't think sports right, and I think that's why the players be at odds a lot of times with the media, because like Stephen A will go on TV the next day and say, "Oh, that was a stupid shot. What was he doing?"
Skip Bayless and shit.
Now knowing that that's what the coach told him to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just talking out your ass because you don't really know what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So how y'all think the Grammy should go about it going forward?
I think transparency is always best.
Facts.
Transparency is always the best. As more transparency you get, you know, the better it will be.
Allow some fan participation, man. I don't know who's on that Grammy board, but if you allow fans to vote, I feel like that will eliminate a lot of that politicking. You know what I'm saying? Because if my vote counts for something, then it's not just you guys have all the power and you could play with the weekend and say, yo, don't go to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like if you have to like watch how much you put votes into the hands of fans, because I feel like Drake and niggas like The Weeknd will just always win. Like it'll always be like popular.
Yeah, don't make it 100%, but you gotta. But Drake didn't put out no album last year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he ain't gonna be. He wasn't gonna be up anyway.
Is he gonna put one out this year?
He said he is.
I think so. I think it's coming.
It's supposed to come February. We're in March.
January.
It's good. In January. Let's see. Lover boy.
Certified.
At least he pushed it out though. Like
He feed the streets. He feed the streets. Facts.
None of them niggas pushed it out, bro.
Like who?
Kendrick Cole. You can say Joey Badass ain't pushed it out until recently.
He put something out last year, right? Shine.
Oh yeah, he did.
He did. Yeah.
It was like a 4-pack or a 3-pack, something like that.
Something
All hard.
Frank
all hard.
Ocean. Rihanna hasn't put out music.
She's never putting out music ever again, bro.
She's like Fenty.
Ever. She put out her album every time she drop a new collection. That's her album right there, bro. She ain't worried about no music.
No, that's good though. At least you could transition to something else, yo.
And she said, I think one time a fan had asked her on like IG Live, like, what's up with the music? And she's like, I'm out here saving the world. Y'all worrying about music. Like she's on her humanitarian type of time. So
but I don't like that though. Like, why she get mad at a fan for asking?
I don't think she got mad. I think she just answered the question like, my priority is not music right now. It's trying to save the world. Like, there's kids in Africa that need water. Like, that's what I'm on right now. So I don't think she necessarily got mad at the girl. She was just telling her like, I ain't worrying about that right now.
Alright.
Don't worry. Let's move on, man. To the darker side of things. Big Sean.
What's up with Big Sean?
Son was contemplating suicide, man. So he came on an interview a couple days ago talking about how he had thoughts of
Committing suicide.
Committing suicide. My bad. What do y'all think about that?
I mean, in Detroit too, he spoke about that too. He was like some song. He said, "I didn't know I had the thoughts of suicide in me until something." He said something like that. But like, so like he spoke about it in his music. It was kind of crazy, like being like, say, I won't say average people, like regular civilian type stuff, whatever. Where you have like somebody who made it. Big Sean made it. Like in everybody's eyes, like rich, famous.
Yeah,
this girl, she bad. Jhené Aiko is bad. Bad as like. It seems like everything is great on the outside looking in. Everything is great, like and suicide is like if you ever thought about making it at that point, suicide is like one of the last things you probably ever think about. From somebody like down below looking up, like yo, like
right,
like yo, think about suicide. They got too much money to think about suicide, So it's really crazy, like but I'm thinking too, like you get up so high, like you can't. It's kind of like you become so secluded too, like your life, like you can't really go to the mall if you want to, right? Without being harassed, you can't. You know what I mean? You step outside, you look outside your window, you got the media taking pictures of you. You know what I mean? It becomes so much where it's like you have to start building up walls, fences to kind of seclude yourself from the outside world.
But did he say why? Like what he was going through at that point in time that made him consider suicide?
He said when I had listened to this thing, he said like family. He felt like his family was really putting pressure on him. Like
For really asking for money and stuff.
Yeah, kind of stuff. Like the pressures of that. So
I mean, hey man, at the end of the day, we all human. Like I don't think I've ever met an alien. You know what I'm saying? So we all go through ups and downs. So like I will never look at a famous person or someone who I think have money because I don't really know how much money these people got. Man, Big Sean says he signed his deal for $15,000. I don't know how much money that man got, but
you could be looking at that. But like his family members and like.
I mean, he just put that out recently. Like, can't kind of give him 15,000. But my point is that like, he's still human. So, anyone we all experience those kind of emotions. Like, I may have never really said I'm gonna kill myself and meant it seriously, but it's like we all have had our down days. So, you know, what I mean, I'm happy he didn't do it.
Nah, we all like sure, you know, like I've got kind of thoughts like, damn, you should be better without me. Like, you know, we kind of thoughts in your head, and you probably think about it a little bit, but then it's like. I'm good. Like, yeah,
I'm killing myself, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm too narcissistic for that. God gonna take me when it's my turn. I ain't gonna do it.
Like,
I ain't gonna do it to myself.
Like, you know, small thoughts of here and there. It's just
like, little things, but you know, never nothing serious. And that's what I'm saying. Like when he says that, it's like, how serious was he really? Like, how did the thought just come in his mind for a couple of days and just that's it, or was he like, did he have his gun and tried to kill himself? And you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows?
I'll read the quote. Said those are stigmas that have been placed on us growing up. If you're a man and you're not working hard, it's like, you getting soft. So that was always in the back of my mind. So I'm working, exhausting myself for years and years and years, and I couldn't get through the day without feeling terrible. So I'm assuming this was something that he was thinking about for a while, at least a couple years. He was talking about like the stress of his label. He's talking about the stress from his family, and then he's talking about like if I kill myself, my family will get this amount of money, so they'll be good. But I won't have to deal with this anymore.
For more life insurance?
Yeah, so I'm assuming like he has a will and everything. Like,
right. You say too, yeah, like he had a gun in his hand, like he.
Okay, so he was probably something he took serious.
He had a gun in his hand, like. I mean, for one, like I'm glad that he's talking about it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that kind of stuff, like you don't even talk about, you don't feel comfortable talking about. Like,
especially, I think in the black community, right?
I don't think everything's for everyone. Like I don't think everyone needs to know when I'm going through something.
Right.
First of all, y'all might not even care. Like, okay, what I'm like, y'all might be like, I'm going through my own stuff. Why I care what the next man doing? But you know, I'm just happy he's here and he seems like he's doing better. You know what I'm saying? He got people that love him. You know what I'm saying?
That goes to everybody too, man. If y'all thinking about that, man, just know y'all got people that love you, even if you can't see it.
It's there.
It's there. Yeah.
But then again, you know, some people that actually go through it. Like, there's a reason, like, when you die, people say rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a certain type of peacefulness that come with that. So some people that can't get away from their demons, you know what I'm saying?
That's the only way out.
That's the only way out. For some people, it might be worth it. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's like a controversial thing to say, but
no,
I think about that sometimes. Like
some real shit.
It's something to think about.
Like the peace, that finality that comes with that is like some people look forward to that. You know what I'm saying? Not me, but
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
like you can finally put
it to rest, like literally rest.
Yeah,
like it's over.
That's it. Like I ain't
Facts.
got to do nothing no more.
Facts.
Yeah, I think especially in the music industry, like when you set, man, you know, like, all right, my job here is done. Like if I go, my family's good. I don't gotta work no more. I don't gotta struggle no more. Cause a lot of the times you are the epicenter of your entire family, right? Like you working the hardest.
Yeah.
You providing for your cousins, your aunties, your mother, your father, whatever.
People that you don't even talk to like that.
But you working, and you know these people are just living off you. That shit can be stressful as fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
And before he came out with the 15,000 advance, like they probably thought he was the richest
man on earth. Yeah. That's very true.
It's real pressure.
Yeah, that's true.
That's real pressure.
Shout out to Big Sean.
I was gonna say Drake talks about depression and killing himself too.
He does?
Yeah, right. Nobody really talks about that shit.
I didn't even notice that. I think.
Wait, what does he say? Do you remember like a bar he said? Or no?
On Survival, well, he was. I bring up the.
That was off his last joint, right?
On Scorpion, yeah.
Only thing I remember from that is him dissing Kanye. Saying that old man just live up the block. That's the only thing I
He was
remember.
violating.
Yeah, he's going crazy. He was insinuating some things about Kim that he did.
Yeah, up the block.
Yeah,
Get it right.
I heard Kiki is actually Kim Kardashian, right? Kiki is Kim Kardashian, they said.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I've never heard that.
The song In My Feelings.
Yeah.
Kiki.
Do you
Do you love me?
I was like, damn, this nigga violating.
Nah, isn't that that's the City Girls? Carisha, it's
supposedly
Carisha and the other girl.
No, they claim like that's like his,
Yeah.
like her.
Cause in the second one he said Carisha. That's Young Miami and the other girl. That's what he's talking about.
Mm.
It's about the City
man.
Girls, not Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you never know. Because he was taking so much shots. Wait, what about
he
like,
was shooting though at them in that.
wait, we're talking about Drake and Kanye. Like before you load that stuff up, he mentioned Kanye in his
In the new
song.
joint,
You know,
yeah,
last
yeah.
piece is like what he said.
If I tell you my sins,
Yeah, sometimes I'll be
Like,
easiest.
damn.
I'll tell you my sins. You be like, damn, something like that. Yeah.
yeah, some shit like that. I'm like, they cool again?
I was kind of like,
I got
like, what does that mean? But okay, it's kind of, you know.
Still shooting. He probably mad at that whole Adidas thing. Still
What checks?
check silver stripes and the whole fact that Pusha T ruined his Adidas deal.
He's like, don't no 350s around me. Like, you took it real personal.
He light skinned, man.
It's like everything personal.
Oh man,
They're
that's
gonna
funny.
take that line personally.
That's funny.
But
So-
yeah, so on the Survival song, that was all Scorpion, the intro song. Oh shit. Hold on 1 second. Technical difficulties. Straight.
What is it? Was playing back?
Nah, that's like some weird ass sound.
Yeah.
I don't got no headphones, so I don't know.
Lucky ass.
But I was just gonna chop that out, right?
Chop it right there.
Yeah, but on Survival. Clap it up. But he was like, I think my soul has been marked. There's a hole in my heart. Yeah, I was about to. And he cuts off, man, I thought about it. It's unsettling to talk about it. So I researched that line. People took it different ways, but the way I took it was like he was talking about suicide.
But the thing is, when you're so vague, is like you don't really know what the hell he meant.
Right.
He could have meant that.
Yeah, it is vague, but the line from him is kind of like, all right, like this is a little shocking, you know. Like I don't expect you of all people to be thinking about this shit.
Why not? He's human.
That's what I'm saying, but that's not the public conception of it.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, he's not an alien. He go through his dark times too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Pressure from baby mom, like all kind, like
Yeah.
It could be anything. You know? Like,
family, people outside.
anyone, just
Friends.
any like life is never always up. You feel me? So any type of tribulation that you go through, certain people deal with that differently. You know what I mean? Some people might say, I just want to end it. You know what I mean? Not everyone is always strong enough to fight, and just because you're a celebrity, that don't always mean you're strong enough to fight it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was always talking about that too, and in the song "Legend" of If you're reading this, it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "If I die, I'm a legend" type shit.
Yeah.
Those are like
If
little
I
things,
die,
but like,
that was like a more upbeat song.
yeah, but I go
Yeah.
back to like when Biggie and Pac was talking about their own death.
We spoke about his death.
Yeah, and
Videos on death. Like,
But ready to die, live after that, everything
those
was
shit
death
that
in it.
Nobody thought about it at the time, but I feel like if some shit, God forbid,
even Pac in his one of the music videos, like, yo, death around the corner, like,
Mhm.
and turn around the corner and dying, like,
And the whole
it's-
shit with Eminem and Proof, how he did
yeah,
Proof in the
Shook, yeah,
What song was it?
Toy Soldiers,
Toy Soldiers, when he had him like
in the video,
shot up in the video.
That was before Proof died?
Yeah,
yeah,
that
bro.
was crazy.
For real?
about it,
Yeah, that's bro. That was before Proof died. Yeah, him coughing up, and that was supposed to be Suge, whatever.
Yeah, but that was him talking about that one person that died because of that beef. Like the whole
Right.
Eminem, the whole
Yeah.
50 Cent
But
thing.
to have
Mhm.
proof in that.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta go back and watch that. I love that song.
Yeah, Toy Soldiers. Toy Soldiers is nice.
I didn't even know that was Proof in there.
But somebody, I mean, since talking about like suicide and stuff like that, like somebody who died, who committed suicide, it happened a few years ago. And I was kind of thinking, I was like, damn, that's crazy. It was what's the name? Kate Spade.
Oh yeah.
Yo, when she killed herself
Who's that?
on the one made the
designer?
bags
The what?
The
on the
designer.
on one of the bags, like
Oh.
like on the handbags.
Why she kill herself? She leave a note?
Exactly, like, I don't know exactly.
I feel like you kill yourself, you gotta leave a note, bro. Like, you can't have me guessing, like, why. Like, I don't want to guess, bro. You gotta tell me why you doing this. Like,
I don't know.
You gotta write that scarlet letter. Let a nigga know what's going on.
But she's somebody else too. Like, looking from the outside, looking at you, don't know what somebody's going through. Like, your bag, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a top coveted bag. Like, people want that bag, and like, you know, you got money, the fame. Like, it's like you think they have everything, and then bam, like, they go really, people, like, it's like you said, like, people, like, you know, go through stuff, and you just never know. Like, sometimes looking from the outside looking in, you just don't know what that person's going through, even if they look like they have everything going on. Like, everything looks right, everything looks like it's going on the right path, and you know, sometimes you can put up a real good front, and people could get real good at putting up fronts.
Like, I think recently there was it was like 18-year-old girl. She was like a TikTok superstar that killed herself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like she was getting a bag off that TikTok thing, but I got whatever she was going through in her life was. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough for real.
Like the Mac Miller shit and everything. Swimming was his last album right before he died.
He spoke about death on it.
Yo, the whole album about that.
Yeah. But that clearly wasn't his fault. Yeah. Like, he got some bad drugs. Clearly.
I think he overdosed.
Yeah. On purpose. Oh yeah, but they were saying that his drugs was like laced, right? Yeah. That's what they were saying. He said his dealer was lacing the drugs. That's what they were saying.
That album was good, man.
I never even listened to it. I know a lot of people that's Mac Miller fans too.
Yeah, I listened to it before he died too, because like sometimes I don't like that. Like, you listen to somebody after they die, and it's kind of like
fake.
Kind of thing. But like, I was listening to it before, and like it sounded good. Like, he was trying a few things out, new styles out. Like 2009, I get a few songs. I think it was Jet Life, something like that. So, Jet Fuel. Like, tried a few things out. It sounded good. Like, you know, I was like, man, like, it sounded like he was really like progressing with some stuff. Been talking about death. But
yeah, and then the second album came out with Circles, right? That one came out after
Postpartum.
Yeah, Postpartum. And again, it was the same thing as that one. They call it the brother sister albums. It was the same like ideologies. But yeah, I mean, this shit happens every day, bro. This shit happens in music all the time. It's just that we ain't paying attention to it. With people like crying out for help and not getting it.
Sometimes in music too, you could look at it like, yo, are they really talking about this, or are they just,
facts,
or just art?
Nah, like my son Joe Budden, that's all he ever talked about. His music was like killing himself. I love Joe Budden's music, but I ain't gonna lie. Like, aside from his public persona, like what people see him for, like my son made some great songs. Like Only Humans, it's one of the greatest songs ever made, man. You gotta listen to that.
You gotta tag him in the episode.
Man, that nigga ain't gonna say nothing, man. That nigga too busy.
What he doing? What he doing right now?
Forming Joe Budden Network, so I don't know. Jerking off his dog or some shit. I think his dog died.
Oh, man.
My son a wild boy.
I'm sorry. So let's move on. So we was talking about this before the show started, because we mentioned the royal family and the whole debacle going on with that with Meghan Markle and all that. And
Prince Harry.
Prince Harry. And the question came up: would you leave royalty for your significant other?
And I said, dub.
Wait, which one? Which one's the dub?
Leaving the family.
Yeah.
Well, you
ain't leaving the family?
Nah,
boy.
Why? Why would you stay with your family? And not
First of all, if I'm like, she would have to be ingratiated in that with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I leave all the perks? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I bring you into the perks? Like, I don't care what my brother and my grandmother and my mom, I don't care what they think. If I'm the prince or the Duke. If I'm the Duke and you the Duchess, we gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna leave that.
Right.
Like,
but if she don't want that,
like, she do want it.
Family tree, huh?
Come on, bro. She wanted it, bro. She ain't just marry him. I'm saying for no reason, man. She wanted it. You know what I'm saying? She just ain't think there was gonna be so much backlash. But if I'm me, I'm fighting for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, over time, you bring her around. You know, let people see how she is. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't leaving that. I ain't leaving. Oh, man. Cause you gotta remember, he grew up in that. So he's. If I'm grew up in that, I'm used to a certain style of living.
But he get tired of it.
How can you get tired of that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Crazy.
And
So,
is it real? Like,
I don't know
would
what's
you
going
get tired of regular living too? I would get tired of regular living.
I'm tired of regular living now. I'm not. Nah, I'm not leaving, man. I mean, we gonna sit down. We gonna have a talk with Granny, old Queen Granny. You know what I'm saying? We gonna sort this out. You know what I'm saying?
What you think, Sheldon? You leaving your shorty for family, or you leaving your family for your shorty?
Yeah, I think it's complex.
Do you live in your family? Like, if your family great to you and they're just bad to her, you could. I feel like you could fix that over time. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta like, nah, I'm out.
Like, it depends on your tolerance, bro. We put it that way. It depends on your tolerance. Like, this is somebody you're married to. Like, what, you know, they shouldn't be going through pain. Like, if it's not allowable, like, kind of thing. You can, you know, talk about
I have
that.
a question, right?
Yeah.
This stuff clearly had manifested itself before they got married.
Yeah.
So why didn't they try to sort it out before then?
Probably thought once he got married, he got better.
That's what they thought, huh?
No, I'm saying, you know what, too? Because some people, too, be like, in certain, like, toxic relationships. I'm not saying that's a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
But it's like, sometimes you with somebody and it's like things are, like, not going so well. And you're like, damn, if we get married, like, you know, kind of thing, like, it'll fix itself.
Or if you have a kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Because
Right.
I've known personally people who think that like,
Right.
just like
A kid's
having a
gonna
kid
fix
would
it.
fix it. And
It's the
sometimes
dumbest-
it does, but
What?
sometimes it's like,
It's
why?
tough.
Why would that make anything any different?
Because if anything, it really compounds the
relationship.
the problem that
Yeah.
much more. Because, like, yeah, the kid's probably gonna be, or the marriage is gonna be a little pause in it, little, like, new thing, like a new dynamic in that.
Or maybe like when she's pregnant, but once the
And then,
baby's here, then it's gonna go back to
It blows up because
Until you fix the issues
Right.
that's been plaguing the relationship, it's still
Right.
gonna be there. That's like putting a fucking band-aid on this shit and being like, hey,
So is the issue with this royal family your racism? Is it them not approving
the fact that she's
of
black. Well, they should just focus
I was
on her white side.
I was gonna say that, but then
Oh,
is
she
it
have, right? We'll just focus on her dad's side. Her dad white, right?
or is it like them not approving who she is, like as a person regardless of color? Like I don't know, there's probably something they need to like talk about as a family potentially. But like that's another thing too, when you got too much like input from like sometimes like your family members or like, you know, parents or whatever, it's like it's like to me it should be like a certain limit, like I bet like mom I heard you, but you know, it's my decision.
it's my life.
So you
You know what I mean? Huh?
So you leaving?
I don't know.
Someone
I don't-
stuck in
I don't know because I
the
don't.
last 10 minutes.
You doing a shoulder roll, like.
I don't know because I don't know like the like what it means to be this whole royal family type stuff.
So I was having this conversation with a friend earlier in the week, and we was talking about like how people can't stay together. We was talking about like how the A-Rod and J-Lo shit, how they breaking up. And I was basically saying that people aren't meant to be with just one person for their entire lives. Like we're born to reproduce, right? So that may mean like being with multiple people, whatever, however. But your one goal as a human being is to reproduce, right? That's why we mammals, right? That's our job. So like naturally, it's difficult for somebody to be with somebody to be with one person forever. What do y'all think about that? Do you think it's not like the way to go, or do you think it's just like it's not natural, or do you think because marriage itself is a man-made tradition?
I mean, getting the paperwork part of marriage is a man-made thing, but you know, I don't think marriage is a man-made thing because we all want companionship.
But why do you think we want?
Because
that?
I don't want to grow old alone. You know what I'm saying?
Do you
I don't
think-
want when I'm 80, I'm just an old head in a crib by myself. I want there to be someone that I've loved for a long time there with
It's
me.
like a fear thing.
You know what I'm saying? I want that partner. So yeah, like going to the court and getting a paper with the stamp on it and say, hey, you're married. Yeah, that might be man-made, but I don't think marriage is man-made. But I don't know. I heard J-Lo kind of crazy, so I don't know. Like her, she on her Berry type of time. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't one of those ones where she's so easy to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people, or a good amount of people that's been married forever, and they seem like they're gonna be married forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just think you have to find that person that you love enough to put up with their BS.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's willing to put up with your BS because there's always gonna be some bullshit involved. You know what I'm saying?
But I think like divorce rates are up, and even during like the whole pandemic, like divorce rates skyrocketed.
I mean, it's harder to cheat in the pandemic. You gotta stay home. Or something.
And that's another point.
I think
too.
that's all those people that's divorcing. And they was like they can't wild out no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm out of here.
Can't get my side bitty right now.
Yeah,
man.
so that's it.
But I think that's another thing too, having the accessibility to everybody. Like, it's so easy to get some right now. It's so easy to get somebody's attention, to get some pussy, get some dick, whatever you into. Like, it's so easy to do that right now. Whereas maybe like 20, 30, 40 years ago, it wasn't as easy. But it doesn't mean that it wasn't happening.
I think it was just as easy.
I think
it was just different.
Low, yeah.
It was just different. Like, they wasn't doing it through social media, but I put up on a shorty in the supermarket, yo, damn, baby, you fun. That's it. That's all it took. Let me get write your phone number on a piece of paper. That's all it took. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different. Like, we transferred the medium of how we was doing it, but I don't think it was it's any less easier. It's any easier now.
Yeah. What you think, Shell?
In terms of like that, like I think humans are the only like species who stay with one person. Really, I think other species are really
Humans do not stay one person, bro.
No, I'm talking about like have the marriage thing and like, you know, try to stay one person. Like other species do move to other, you know,
others.
Right.
We're the only ones with developed brains too, though.
That's very true.
Disposable thumbs.
That's very
You know
true.
what I'm saying? So it's like you can't really put that on species. Like, we're the only ones that could build buildings and create technology. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we special. We different.
I think people are made for relationships. I'm looking at the question, like people are made for relationships. It's just like, but sometimes too, you know, like sometimes you outgrow your partner. You know what I mean? Sometimes like certain situations, your partner or you might be ready for, but you know they're not. Like it's part of too like human development and experiencing new things, and you may want new things, and you know. This person may not be it like they were at 5-10 years ago, but they're not it today, and you know what I mean.
Absolutely, that's a fact.
You know, so it's part of human evolution too.
To want different.
Yeah.
And that's what I go with. Like, it's hard for you to be with one person forever, because you're gonna want different things, man. Like, you eat the same food every day, like, man, I'm
like
gonna change it up.
Well, like so you think that like you ain't trying to get married?
Not like So I grew up in
this girl
in a two.
This you gotta stand on your truth. You gotta stand on your own. You gotta stand on your 10 toes, bro.
Nah, but I grew up in a household with both my parents.
Me too.
So I know that's the only thing I know is marriage. Like, my father wasn't tricking around. My mother wasn't tricking around. So that's all I know is to be a one person.
Yeah, but is that what you want?
So through evolution and through what I've seen, you know, what I've experienced. Like, it's hard for me to say, yeah, I want to be one person forever. Because I do, like, you get into a relationship, I'll be like,
about to touch you right now.
What is that, nigga? But not as, like, through, I was just talking about the evolution, it's like, I could be with you for a year and everything can be good, or the honeymoon stage, 6 months, whatever, and then after that, I want something different.
Yeah, but that's why you don't get married until you're sure, in my eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
When do you know you're sure, though?
You know when you know.
I don't know.
I don't think there's like a date or a timeline on it.
It just happens.
Yeah, like, you know, I mean, if you with your shorty for 10 years,
right.
Come on, you basically know everything you can to know about it. By that time, you know all the good, the bad. You know what I'm saying?
That was one of my homeboys.
Yeah, that was our second episode.
Yeah.
Lubin, when he was on, Jeff was on.
He was good for 10 years.
Yeah,
and they broke up.
10 plus. Yeah, he talks about that episode too.
Yeah.
His process again from engage, like, they engage.
So they're engaged. They're still together now.
Yeah, they engaged now.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, he done seen all her the bad that she has to offer, and he done seen all the good that she has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He made that decision that she's it, and I guess she made the decision he's it too. You know what I'm saying?
But then too, like, begs the questions, like, you know, the word comfortable.
Yeah, content.
Right, being with a person so much is like you so used to that person.
But what's wrong with that?
No, I'm saying, that's what I'm gonna go to. Like, it's great because, like, you know exactly, like, that sometimes this chemistry is just great. Like, I know each other. Like, she knows when I'm hungry with even saying anything, like, at all. Like, you know, I know,
right there,
or I know exactly what, you know, she wants exactly. Like, you know, on whatever case may be. But then it leads to, like, it leads to another thing too. Damn, I can finish, bro.
My bad.
Like, I see some kind of ain't no my bad. Ain't no my bad. But then it comes to another thing too. Is like, yo, like, I know this person, like, and does it get boring sometimes too? It's like, yo, I just know exactly what you're gonna do, exactly what you're gonna say. If it's past 7, you don't want to go out, like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's this or that, like, so, like, is that like a kind of like could be a great thing, and then but a bad thing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But in your eyes, why could that be bad? Like, what's the other side of the coin? I can only see why that would be great. Why would
No,
that
I'm
be
just
bad?
saying like it
Right,
could be
there-
both. Yeah.
There's more pros to it than cons, but I definitely see what you're saying. Where you get complacent, right, and you just get bored.
True, but you could.
I mean, you could look at that with anything, but
I feel like if I get bored, like with my girl, right, you could just go do something new or something different together. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to get bored. I feel like that's a choice.
Right.
Like, we could wake up and say, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that.
Yeah, but then it's like, when do you realize that to even make that decision?
True.
Because sometimes people don't even realize it to even make the
Till
decision.
it's too late, right?
Right.
True.
Which that's a good point. Like, yes, so you just need to switch it up.
Switch it up. Take a trip.
Jamaica.
Where you going on your trip? Where you going on your next trip?
speaking of trips, man, yo, them stimmies hitting this week, man.
Ooh,
What y'all
17th?
doing? What y'all doing with y'all
14th.
stimmies?
Nothing. I'm keeping it till I figure out what to do with it. I'm not just gonna spend it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What you doing with yours?
Shoot.
Son ain't getting
I'm-
money,
I'm-
man. He
I'm
probably
doing
just
that.
gonna get his to me, man. He
Yeah,
don't
man.
qualify. My guy getting money.
I don't even think you qualify for the stimmy, right? Don't you make too much?
You know what I'm saying? My son got it.
He got too
Oh,
much in the
man.
bank.
Nah, I'm gonna throw that right in the stock market, man.
Right in the stock
I ain't
market.
gonna hold you. I'm probably right in the stock market. My girl, she got her birthday coming up, so gonna do something with that. And
You know, my birthday coming up too, dog. I just
Oh, so you're just going already?
wait, when's your birthday again?
the 30th.
30th.
Further in the corner.
Last of the month, as
So what you doing with yours?
Shit, I'm gonna throw mine in the stock market, man, and then some of my savings, cause your boy trying to buy a house.
Facts.
Yeah, that's the next move for me.
But why save them?
Well, cause the house I want to get it within the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, you-
So I mean, I could throw it in the stock market, but
yeah.
oh,
You
stock
never
market. Historically, stock market is what 8 to 12%.
yeah,
You ain't getting no. You ain't. What you saving?
You never know, you got some of those bad-
$1,
yeah.
bro. But might as well throw that in there.
that $1.
Sometimes you have some of those bad years. I could throw it off.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna be.
So you
you
just
gonna
gonna on the
be, you
short
gonna be
term.
mad at me if you listen to me.
Like, oh, this motherfucker. But
Facts.
nah, we'll see, man. But that's the goal.
Yeah, man. I see a lot of people waiting for that stimmy.
For
Yeah, I
real.
think that's good for the economy or not so good for the economy.
stimulus checks.
Yeah.
I really don't know. So maybe y'all can educate me on this.
QE, man. It's not. I don't think it's necessarily the greatest thing
Quantitative easing.
for the economy.
Quantitative easing. He's gonna throw QE and not explain.
Oh, I thought y'all. But you know, oh, my fault. I thought y'all know what it is.
The people watching this shit, we don't know what
Yeah.
the shit.
Alright, but it's good for individuals per se because you know might be able to help with your bills and whatever. But
Yeah.
overall, maybe it's not so good.
Short term is like
Short term, yes.
Band-Aid,
Long term,
right.
nah.
it's not gonna like some of the politicians are saying like this is gonna fix poverty.
But politicians
I've heard someone
aren't-
say that it's like that's or not economists.
Excuse me, I didn't want to cut you off again.
Yeah.
I was gonna say what you just said.
Yeah.
Politicians aren't economists, so
Yeah.
they don't
Right.
necessarily know the effects that it's gonna have
Exactly.
on
Like,
the economy.
like they're just trying to get reelected. The job of politicians is to get reelected. And then
Speaking of which, didn't Bernie say he was giving everybody two bands?
Yeah, what happened to that, Bernie?
Yeah,
I guess
he
the-
lied. He
I
lied.
guess isn't this the two bands? The
No,
600
no,
when
no,
Trump and then
no. He should have said that. Then.
Yeah.
He wasn't saying that. He was saying 2 bands is coming.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't saying 1,400
Mm.
plus on top of the 6 that you already got.
I mean, we might get another one. I think we're gonna get another one after this.
I don't
600.
know.
It took him this long to pass this one, and a lot
Let's
of
see.
Democrats voted no for this.
Mhm.
This one barely passed.
Right.
And on top of that, they tried to they tried to do the $15 an hour minimum wage across the board, and the
That's not gonna
Democrats
work.
voted that down.
Oh no, it's gonna work.
That's not gonna work. There's no way that could work.
But to answer your question though, like what it does to the economy, like
Yeah,
it
tell the people what Q is because I don't feel like explaining all of that.
quantitative easing. That's just like trying to throw
It's when you
money
print
into
money.
like
When
just
you
print
print
money, trying
money-
to fix certain problems.
And when you print
In the economy.
money, that causes inflation because the
Right.
value of the
Yeah.
dollar goes down.
Right, because
Right? Because there's more.
Because
of
there's
it.
more in demand.
Right.
There's more. There's more dollars in circulation.
Right,
so
supply,
the value
yeah.
of it goes down. So
See, I knew that shit.
which over time too, like when you raise minimum wage, it does that too
that's
as
the
well.
same thing.
Like,
And there's many issues that people have with minimum wage per se because it's like if my job if I have a job that is only worth paying you $12 an hour now I'm forcibly have to pay you 15 when
Mhm.
you don't have the skill set to earn $15 an hour. You only have the skill set of $10 an hour. Now I'm going to have to fire you and get a robot to do the job instead of hiring you because it's like you're not worth the 15.
That's true. You go to McDonald's, you see.
That's what I'm saying. So
the kiosk taking over there now.
That's the point. A lot of business owners are saying like, "Yo, listen, why am I paying you $15 to mow my lawn when that job only takes someone
right
$10?"
Let me ask y'all this: so if we head into an age where robots are the new workers, don't you think that would ruin the economy? How would you pay people if robots replace them?
So the thing, the argument for that is, right, we'll have to retrain people we have to give them more skills. Right?
Different skills.
They can't be
cashiers.
Exactly. We're going to have to be able to retrain people and give them the type of skills, put them through programs to where they become, computer scientists or engineers or doctors and lawyers. You know what I mean? Things that robots can't do.
But the problem with that is, how do you fund that, right? And then that's a limited job basis too.
I mean, everyone needs a lawyer, or everyone should have a lawyer.
So I'm saying, like, just to play devil's advocate with you, like, lawyers would need lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're an architect,
people in the world, but there are. So here's the thing, right? Like, I don't know if you ever watch those movies where it's like, oh, the society's moving in space, so we need a certain amount of engineers, we need a certain amount of doctors, a certain amount of this and that. It could probably get to that where, okay, we don't need cashiers, you know what I mean? We don't need no Target workers, we don't need no gas pumpers, but it's like we need construction workers, so let's train X amount of people to do construction. Let's train X amount of people as computer engineers so that they could take care of the computers and watch over the computers. Let's make a certain amount of lawyers, let's make a certain amount of doctors, you know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it.
But wouldn't that phase out the people that can't learn those skills?
Like who?
Like elderly people or people who are illiterate or special education people.
Be working anyway. When
even like you're like 40, 50 years old or whatever.
Why can't a 50-year-old learn computer engineering? It's not that hard.
I mean,
it's not that
so
hard.
a person that's like computer illiterate, you're gonna teach them how to do computer engineering?
That's the whole point.
That's gonna be tough.
Shit, why we can't do that right now, bro?
We can. That's my thing. But you don't limit yourself. Don't say, oh, just because they're 50, they can't learn it. They absolutely can learn it.
No, I get what you're saying. They can learn it, but the probability of them learning it isn't significant.
Why not?
Or is it like them wanting to learn it?
I read a story of a farmer during the Great Depression. He was a farmer all his life. He was 40 when the Great Depression hit. Couldn't farm no more. So he went back to school and became a lawyer. It's possible. You just got to have the mindset. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, listen, I got 5 kids. I got to take care of my family. Yeah. This is not how I do it anymore. I have to find something else. So he went back to school and he did it. You know what I'm saying?
It's possible for individuals, yeah. But you think for an entire society?
I think so.
Like, who would be making money while these niggas is getting trained?
What you mean?
Like, what would happen to the jobs at that point?
What jobs?
That's what I'm saying. Where would the jobs go?
No, I think too. It's not gonna happen like
that's
the instant. Like, it's gonna take a period of time to like really transition.
But for the generation that it's happening to at that moment,
how long is this transition happening?
I don't know.
You know,
it could be like a generation or 2 generations or whatever.
So we don't know. I think
it'll take a while.
Like the market is gonna figure out itself at times. So the job market will just figure out itself, like the way how it works out with supply and demand, like. So
what you think, Shells, in regards to this question, where it's like, if the robots take over, what's your take on it? Like, I gave my take.
I think it might go like, cause like there was like the time during the Industrial Revolution when people will start like attacking the machines and like trying to destroy the machines. Like I think
some Skynet.
I think it's gonna be probably a part of that because like you're taking my job, like
a rebellion.
Yeah, like
we already complaining about jobs to immigrants. I don't mean to cut you off, bro, but that's what's happening now. Imagine if there's even less jobs because robots are taking them.
And if robots take it over, like the person who's an immigrant or whoever next to you, like you're not gonna see them as your enemy. Look at them as your friend. Like,
I'm gonna put it like this, right?
We're humans. Like robots taking our jobs. Like, you know.
If I put it like this, right? If a man take my job, I'm gonna go get another job doing something else. I'm only gonna do so much complaining and crying. You feel me?
Right.
Am I gonna get it, or am I just gonna say, "Yo, the robot took my job"?
So the type that's gonna go get it.
But that's the ideal world, though, right? If a nigga take my job, I'm gonna get another job.
Yeah.
But how long is it gonna take me to get another job?
I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
That's a long time. Like, especially if you're saying like becoming a lawyer or architect.
Bro, I'm gonna figure it out.
If you going to school for a lawyer, that's 8 years.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Damn.
You'll make
You
it happen.
get me? Like,
No, I know what you're saying.
soaking is not gonna solve my problem.
It's not.
Right.
But realistically, you can't. You can't learn to be a lawyer in a week.
No. Obviously, I understand that, but I'm gonna just try to get to it any way I can. You know
No,
what
of
I'm
course,
saying?
of course. Or you die. Basically.
Right. Sink or
Exactly.
swim, man.
Exactly. But yeah, you're right. But hey, it's gonna happen.
You think so?
But absolutely. But you know also, right? Like companies could say on the other hand, like, all right, I understand that this is gonna happen, so I could put up some bread to retrain you. Like if I'm a billionaire, a multi-billionaire, if I'm worth $3 billion, I could put up $5 million to retrain them. That's not gonna hurt me. I could just write that off.
But like, is it worth? Like, so
You know
something
what
you said
I'm saying?
earlier, like, is it worth?
Go ahead.
Is it worth the $5 million? Because like you gotta think about it too. Like machines, like they don't come to work late. They don't have no hissy fit. You know what I mean? Like they don't have any like
Yes.
Problems
talking
outside
back.
of
Like you're not gonna talk back to
They're
me.
not gonna call out or work.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, like you do this and you're gonna do it better, faster, longer than
a human
Not
being.
necessarily too, because I was watching an Elon Musk interview, right? And he was saying on his assembly line for Tesla, he has actually a lot of humans, whereas you would think the majority of the assembly line stuff would be robots, right? And he was saying like let's say connecting two wires together, like that's something you would think a robot could do simply. But he was saying like a lot of times, like if one of the wires get loose, like the
Doesn't
robot
know what to
arm is
do.
like searching for
Right.
for it's like he don't know where it's at. Whereas a human could just say, "Oh, it's right here," and just do it real
Right.
fast. So, you know what I'm saying? So we think like real robots will eliminate a lot of jobs, but in actuality, they probably won't.
I thought you were gonna
Right.
talk about
Yeah.
the camaraderie, like really between like with humans. That's something like robots
Terminator,
can't
man.
do.
Get some guns, man. Terminator, man.
You know,
Sky.
Or even talking about like teachers. Like, would you want a robot teacher teaching your kid
But how can a robot even teach a kid?
and just regurgitate? Yeah,
Computer?
laptops.
Yeah, so when the kid asks, I know your mind's been blown, right, by like some questions that a kid asks sometimes. Like,
of course.
Sometimes. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, how is a robot gonna answer that question?
Yeah. How does that?
I mean, but
question
I
even
think
come up?
about shit like Alexa and Siri. We ask them questions all the time, and they give you the information.
But you talking about like on a fact base,
Right.
like
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
like we talking about like it's like compounded and
Right.
like you know like
Right, like for example, right, like let's say the robot is teaching you about American history,
Mhm.
and they say, Columbus discovered America.
Right.
That's what the robot is told to teach.
Right.
And then the kid goes, I know this has happened to y'all before because I've even done this in class before. Like, yo, if there's Indians already here, how did Christian discover? How is a robot gonna answer that question? It's gonna say, "Shut up, little." You know what I'm saying? Like that's that's not what the book says. The book don't got no knowledge of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whereas y'all as humans could understand that, okay, the nuance and go into that with the child. You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess it depends on like what the robot is programmed to do, programmed to say, and all that.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, 'cause that's another thing too. AI, like some robots
Artificial
are trained to like
intelligence.
learn, you know, the environment and stuff like that. That's actually, but yeah, that's. I mean, that's a good point. Who
So
knows, man?
What you think?
About the robot stuff?
I mean,
He's talking. My bad.
I don't know, man. I do agree with you. I think at some point in the future, robots will become more than what they are right now. Obviously, like cashier wise, we see it in McDonald's already. But I don't know, like to have like a whole robot society. I don't think it's gonna get there.
But you don't think that's good though that McDonald's is doing that? Because instead of me being lazy and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna just go be a cashier at McDonald's," now kind of force me to go and get a skill now because it's like, okay, well that skill is taken up.
But if that's the only skill you have,
yeah, but that forces me to go out
right,
and
learn
do
something
something.
else.
You know what I'm saying?
But for the people that's limited, like for the teenagers, let's say, for kids just coming out of school or whatever, and that's the only job that they're qualified to have. I mean, we could talk
Not
about
if
what
you
makes
have a
you
skill.
qualified. Yeah, like
There's teenagers that's coding crazy.
Right,
There's
right.
teenagers that's hacking crazy.
Uh-huh.
There's teenagers that's making millionaires. That's
but
making
not
millions
every,
of dollars.
But not every teenager like that.
Yeah, but not every teenager like that. But I feel like if the stage is set for you to do it, you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I think the conversation too when it comes to like everybody's not gonna do or be eligible for everything. Like the only thing like only two things everybody is eligible for and don't complain about is gravity. Right? We know what gravity does. Like nobody could say gravity's not for everybody. Gravity is for everybody. and oxygen. You know, those two things. Like, so it's like,
like I always listen to like stories of people who make a lot of money, and they always like the majority of them will say, "I did it not really because I wanted to do it. I did it out of necessity, and then it just turned into this." So I feel like maybe it'll turn into something better. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I don't know. I could be 1000% wrong. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
I give you like it'll definitely advance our society and our like civilization, like for sure. Like we'll become a more advanced.
I mean, you know about
people.
the Marxists, right?
Nah, what?
They're really like, at a certain point, he felt like,
Who, Karl Marx?
yeah, he'll feel like the food supply, right,
Will end.
right, and humans, the human population will decrease significantly because the food supply wouldn't keep up with the population, and I don't know when he said that.
Is he right?
No,
He's not right at all. He thought he was right. That man
Right.
was wrong as
so
hell.
it's kind of, I mean, and
But
it
he probably
sounds
didn't think that we could make our own food.
But
Like
that's what I'm
we-
saying, because
Right.
humans are much more resourceful
Yeah.
than we think. But that's what I'm
Right.
saying. When
put in that position.
like for instance, like there was I don't remember what country it was in Africa. They was reaching a point where,
famine.
yeah, there was a drought.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, okay, and they have made a mandate where it was like by this day 3 years from now, if we don't cut back on our water usage, like we're gonna have to like put limits, like families could get 5 gallons of water a day. And they've realized that this was a big problem, and everyone in the country adjusted, and they dialed it back so much so that deadline don't even exist no more. Like when the time came for them to implement it, it was like they did so well at adjusting that it was like we have access of water. We don't even need to implement this limit no more. So it's like human ingenuity. We always gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we always gonna figure it out no matter what. I mean, what you think about all them countries in the Middle East that have no water? They create water. You know what I'm saying? They have systems where they fly their planes up, and they do their little thing with the clouds, and they create water. You know what I'm saying? And they got the cleanest water on earth. You know what I'm saying? People don't know that.
I was seeing that with it making clouds. Yeah,
it's like they make
NASA make clouds and it rains and all that.
Yeah, and there's countries in the Middle East that has mastered that. There's I think Israel,
China too.
yeah, like they got the ships where it's like they take the water from the sea and they desalinate it.
I mean, this could go to a whole nother conversation. It's
You
like,
know what I'm saying? So
like,
it's like-
are they playing God? Like,
Yeah,
I don't think
China's
they're playing God. I think they're just trying to survive.
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're saying the only 1% of the water is drinking water and 99% is salt water. It's like at some point everyone gonna have to do that, and there's
Right.
already countries that's already figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
That's crazy.
we gonna figure it out always as a nation, bro. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, China's working on controlling the weather.
Actually, they talk about doing that in the 08 Beijing Olympics.
Wow, damn.
Yeah, it was back then. Yeah, there was like
Because a
talking
lot of the
about weather
pollution
control.
was bad back then. They
Yeah.
had to like stop some of the games back then.
Mhm.
Facts.
So this is
My uncle swear that America has a weather machine already.
Probably. In all honesty, probably.
who knows?
Nigga, stop
can't-
fucking
you-
up New York.
You can't you can't tell my uncle that don't exist already. I'm like, all right, bro.
Bro, look at Texas, man.
Come on, bro. The power grids in this country are terrible.
Mm-hmm.
There's three main power grids. There's one in the east, one in the south, and one in the west. All of them are bad. It's just that ours in the east is built for the warm weather, like
The
cold
weather
weather.
rise,
We
right?
used to
Right.
it already. They wasn't used to that little chill they got. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A little chill.
They got a little chill,
Yeah, a
bro.
little
It was
chill.
like 50 degrees. They started going crazy. That's 50 degrees every day. Today was just 36 degrees today. Freezing, bro.
25,
Nothing.
bro.
That's nothing.
That's nothing, bro.
It's light work. But it's getting nice outside, man. It's almost we outside season. Y'all got plans for the summertime, springtime?
Not really.
Nothing.
I ain't got no plans.
You're not gonna be popping outside.
I'm staying
Yeah,
inside.
me and Chef was talking about it too. Like he was saying, like when this summer, everyone's gonna overdo it.
Oh yeah, bro.
Mhm,
I could
mhm.
tell
Yeah,
this shit gonna
yeah.
be bad. This
So you
year.
just
Yeah.
gotta get the vaccine and keep it going.
People's
Oh, y'all getting vaccinated?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
We're
I
not
thought
getting it.
about it though.
Yeah, I think like once everything start opening back up, like movies gonna go crazy. I was talking about talked to you about this earlier. Like people gonna go to to the movies crazy. Parties gonna be going crazy. Like
It's gonna be wild,
everything
bro.
is gonna be like, yo, like this was out of style. Like we're gonna do
Bring
it
this
to
shit
the
back.
max till it's out of style again. Like
This is never gonna be out of style. It was just that we was forced
Right. Yeah.
to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Facts.
Sit
But-
back.
Once this shit open back up, you know everybody outside.
And then people are gonna forget.
Yeah.
It's human nature to adapt to what you got going on. It's like once you that fear and that of catching the virus or whatever it is, out there, like once that's passed with in your mind, like you forget about it so quickly.
Y'all going to concerts and shit? I like concerts, so I'm gonna go.
I haven't really been to a lot of concerts
Yeah,
in my life, so
yeah.
I go front.
But y'all haven't
Few,
been to like
very
a
few.
big like gatherings, sporting events or anything?
That's something I want to do more often now that I haven't been doing nothing for the last 2 years, a year and a half.
The Nets game, man. You go to a Nets game.
Facts.
And I'm going to a Yankee game on the third.
Yankees, baseball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got that shit open. I was like, yeah, fucking nigga, we out, bro.
I didn't even know they was doing the season.
Selling
It's
tickets. man.
limited. Thing.
Limited capacity, yeah.
Yeah, facts.
But I'm going.
I'm
outside.
I want to go outside, man.
Bro, we
But I
been
feel-
locked up.
I feel like I was inside it already. You know what I'm saying? Not doing nothing even before, so it's like, nah, I want to do something different. For sure.
Yeah, man. Anyways, man, what's on your timeline? What's been popping up on your timeline? What y'all been listening to lately too?
Yeah, we'll see in timeline, Roger. Like social media, anything you
Lot of
see on your
nonsense.
timeline that you
Nothing
like
worth talking about.
anything.
A lot of foolishness. A lot of naked girls. That's what everybody's talking about, though. Yeah, they can't avoid. They can't help themselves.
Yo, so
Am I wrong?
you not, bro. It's all over the place. It's
You know what I'm
like
saying. That's what I see on my timeline.
it's
You
all over
know
the place, man.
what I'm saying?
What y'all been
I
listening
be
to?
thinking sometimes like too much of that, like it messes your mind up a little bit,
Oh,
like
bro, that
yeah,
fucks
man.
your mind
you
up.
know, like it's
That
like
really
yo, like
fucks
you want to
your
be
mind
like yo, like I don't want to see all that right now.
Yeah,
You
there's
know what I
some
mean?
times where I'm like, damn, man. You
Yeah.
open up your Instagram, all you see is ass.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's
Yeah.
literally all you see.
And it's like it's overdone to some
Yeah,
degree.
It's oversaturated.
Yeah, it's too much. It's like
Too
oh,
much
man.
in the fucking market, bro.
Too much ass.
Too much ass in the market. Nah, but that really does fuck up your mental, man.
Yeah,
I think like it fucks up your views on women, and if you're a
For
girl,
sure.
it fucks up your views on yourself.
for sure.
Insecurities
Because
around
you're always
all that.
comparing. You know what I mean?
yourself to this and that and that. But that's society.
What
That's
y'all
what
been
we at.
listening to, like musically?
What I've been listening to.
For me, a lot of R&B. A lot of R&B.
You mess with Jasmine Sullivan?
Of course.
Yo,
Hotels.
You know, that album was hard, man. I really
That's
bang
hard.
with
I've
that
been
album.
listening to Lucky Day, Table for Two. I've been listening to Division.
Division.
Amused from her feelings. Amusing her feelings.
Mhm.
The Eric Bellinger joint. I've been got in heavy rotation. I'm a R&B head. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
When it comes to rap, heavy on the Benny the Butcher.
Benny the Butcher.
Mm.
Butcher coming.
Heavy on the I don't know. I just like a lot of Griselda, man.
Yeah,
Right now.
they popping right now, man.
You know, I was listening to the past few days. I've been listening to Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow. Yeah,
His
he's
last
nice,
album.
man.
His
He's
last
nice.
album was like good.
Yeah, his
Sounds good.
joint was good. I liked his.
Yeah,
joint.
he's got like charisma. And
Yeah.
he just seems like a cool dude to chill with.
Yeah, he sounds
Yeah.
cool.
I've listened to Brent Fires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's
He
good.
just dropped a song the other day. But yeah, he's one of them artists for me that he's not missing right now. So everything he dropped is fucking gold to me, man.
I agree.
Like that nigga is not missing. Giveon too, he ain't missing either.
Wait, Jim Jones, right?
Who?
Who you said?
Giveon.
Oh, Jim. Yeah. He's
Jim
good,
Jones,
too.
yeah, I haven't heard Jim Jones in a minute.
What? He just dropped two
Yeah, he
projects,
dropped something.
bro.
Projects, like full length projects.
He just dropped two.
Alright, I gotta
He dropped a
listen.
joint with Harry Fraud. I think it's called The Fraud Department.
Okay.
Oh, that okay.
And
Yeah, I heard
he
it.
dropped another one like 2 weeks before that. He been working.
Damn.
Yeah, he been working.
You know his future shit.
He been working hard during the pandemic.
He ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah, his body right too. Like he been.
Or he
working
put on weight for a little bit.
Now he be working out.
What's Joel Santana doing? Anybody
I
know?
don't know.
Damn, no
Enjoying
album.
his life.
Or
Fresh-
enjoying
fresh
At
free.
out.
one point, like he was supposed to be like the best rapper ever. Like as I'm not ever, but like in that time period, like
Yeah,
he was
facts.
bound to
Early
be.
2000s, yeah.
He was bound to
He
be.
definitely had a wave.
Him and Wayne was going
Going back and
Like,
forth,
he
yeah.
was
But
keeping up, killing Wayne.
What
so much.
happened with him? Why do you think he fell off?
I think it was a contract thing with the Def Jam with Cam and
Dipset, right?
it was just like, I don't know what exactly happened to him, but maybe maybe he was one of those people that needed structure around them instead of being, because like it was funny. He always spoke about it earlier. Like it was some artists like they want the label deals. They don't really want to be independent.
You don't think he could have got a deal?
Sure, but he probably could have even signed to Young Money, honestly, with Wayne. Cash Money.
Probably.
Or maybe he just needed a great manager. Sometimes like the manager, like somebody's keeping you on point, like keeping you accountable.
Facts. I wonder why he fell
doing things like yo, let's go record. Like let's not do what you're doing right now. If you hanging out with people, getting drunk, like do all kind of stuff. Like things happen. You get lost in the sauce quickly.
Isn't Shorty from Love and Hip Hop his manager?
Oh, his girl.
No, the other girl, the dark skin.
Yeah, I know you're talking about Sandy or something like that. I don't know her name. We not guess her name.
Yeah, let me not be
presumptuous.
But yeah,
something like
she's
that.
His manager.
The one that had the boyfriend or husband in prison, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's his manager, I think.
I forgot her name.
I don't watch that show. So I don't know.
No, I can't watch that.
I don't watch none of that shit.
You mean?
Your girl don't make you watch that show?
I mean, she watched. He talking to you. Damn, what you got, girl? She be watch it, but I don't watch it. Like I can't really get into it. Like I'm just like, it's just not really my thing, and it's so staged. To me, it's like that stuff is so staged, and like it just takes away,
like cringy.
Yeah, it's like okay, so y'all just randomly got into this restaurant.
Yeah, right. And there was just
you
happened to be a bottle of water right there.
Yeah, you randomly walked in the restaurant and you saw her sitting right here, and there's nobody else around you. Okay.
And why every table got that one bottle of water for you to throw?
Yeah. It's like
I'm sure to be watching Black Ink Crew.
Oh my god.
I fucking hate that show, bro. That shit is so ratchet, but
it's another one. That's a show where it's supposed to be about tattoos, but don't
and
no one get tattoos.
Nothing about tattoos, bro. It's literally they probably tattooed for like 5 seconds on the show. And that's it.
Oh shoot, that's funny.
It's like, why is this a show, my nigga?
That shit is about everything else except tattoos.
That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah, my thing is like people like when you fuck up on TV, like this shit is being recorded. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? It's for the views, but
it's a script.
That's what I'm saying. It's
the
like,
way they
bro,
write the
everybody
script.
know this shit fake. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why are you even trying to act this shit out?
For the bread.
For the bread, man. I guess they the people that need these stimmies, man. But yo,
so they're probably getting stimmies too.
Right.
Honestly, probably. Yeah, I haven't heard from most of them, if any of them.
I mean, I don't know these people.
So wait, is reruns you talking about? Like,
yeah, because it's on Hulu now, so she's been watching.
Oh, okay. Got you. Who knows?
That's the title of this episode.
What?
Well, who knows?
The Black Ink. Yeah, the who knows. All right. Everything we've been talking about is who knows, man. But yeah, man, that's it. That's a wrap.
That's it, man.
Episode 7, man.
That's
one
one of our longest
wrap.
episodes in a while.
Yeah, man. This is a good episode, man. Good conversations.
The little mess up. Camera went out. I don't know why the hell the camera went out. That's funny. Anyway.
You know what it is, bro? It's a Monday. That's what it is. We don't record on Mondays. But yeah, man, that's a wrap. Episode 7. It's your boy Steve.
It's your boy Sheldon, man.
And we will see y'all next week, bro. Slow it down.
I think Eminem said he's taking a shit.